maybe.
It's very...
But it's set to go live.
What's this machine over here that's pointing at me menacingly?
Yeah, what is that?
This is like, it's my star generator, but I don't
Oh.
know how to use it.
Cool.
No, let's use it.
I love that thing. It's awesome.
So if you want to be making comments and stuff, probably that's for like down any one of these cards.
Any one of the two?
We've got all kinds of cards and pens and stuff. Oh, it is actually streaming live.
Oh, hey guys. Hi, everyone. That's Brendan in front of the camera.
Yeah.
What a ceremonious start and way to kick off. Janitors live!
Are we actually started?
We have started.
We have started. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Brendan Haller and that's Andy Hall. We're going to try to do something tonight. Great, we have an extra 5 minutes on top of the first half hour that we have to fill. Yeah. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch all three of the original Star Wars movies tonight.
Original, unaltered trilogy. So
yes.
We're looking at, for those of you at home, I believe it's the Laserdisc versions.
Mm-hmm. That's what we think we have.
We're pretty sure.
Yeah.
We're pretty sure.
Yeah, and you won't actually be able to see it because we obviously can't show it for legal reasons.
Of course.
So
you can watch along with.
Yeah.
If you have the weird DVDs that came out in like, I feel like the last special editions before the super special editions, there's actually the Laserdisc versions on those as alternates.
Really?
Yeah. Glenn, who's coming, plays Revis on the show. He has those. So if you have those DVDs, you know what I'm talking about. Throw those in, watch along. Otherwise, you might have to, I don't know.
Yeah, because these aren't actually even my...
Search the internet.
Yeah, the Laserdisc version aren't even exactly like my definitive version of the movies, because I grew up with the THX versions that were on VHS.
Yes.
And to me, those are like... They fix the right amount of things.
I think the THX, if I'm not mistaken, the THX versions and the Laserdisc versions are
pretty similar.
Pretty similar, basically like exactly
things.
the same. It's just like visual and sound stuff that they changed.
Right.
They didn't add any extra scenes or anything like that.
Great. Yeah, so we're about 7:30. So yeah, we're gonna be watching all of those movies. What else do we have to tell you about? There's a list of things that we need to tell you about. Kickstarter. We're in this show right here, Space Janitors. We ran a Kickstarter for season 3. It is at over $53,000. We wanted 30. We got way more.
Way more.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I was worried that we weren't even going to get to 30.
I was worried that we were just going to get laughed at.
Yeah. That people would be like,
money for this show.
Money for this.
But no, everyone.
But you didn't do that. You weren't juvenile about it. So thank you.
Yeah, you weren't major dicks about it.
Yeah.
No, it's so great, and of course, any extra which we've been getting just goes to make the show even better and allows us to do even more things that we wanted to do in past seasons and want to do for this season. So
yeah, because without getting into any spoiler territory or anything, we've been writing season 3. First drafts are already in. It exists. The show exists, and it is very ambitious.
Yes.
It's a hugely ambitious season that we have already been told to cut stuff out of.
We keep getting told that.
Yeah, being like, this is not practical.
We can't do this. What? A door there?
Yeah.
That was honestly one of the conversations we had.
One of the conversations.
Whether or not a door could be on this wall.
so you can't write doors. Yeah, you cannot write doors into Space Janitors.
You can't just have doors whenever you want them.
I wrote a scene where a hologram will project out of a character's eyes and onto something.
Yes.
And they're like, what? No! No!
That's not real technology,
Please,
man.
no, don't do
that.
that.
Does not exist. We can't do that.
But it's a super ambitious season. Everyone is coming back this year.
Yes.
Everyone is represented from the previous 2 seasons for the most part. Actually, maybe 1 or 2. But for the most part, everyone's coming back. So we're going to actually still be, our Kickstarter ends tomorrow morning here. This is like 7:30 Eastern time right here. What time does our thing close tomorrow?
The actual Kickstarter?
Yes.
At 8 in the morning.
8 in the morning. 8 Eastern?
8 a.m. Eastern time.
8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow is when the Kickstarter closes, so we're still accepting submissions. We're actually going to try to get to $60,000 tonight.
Right. Yeah, we're going to give it a shot.
Which is about $7,000 away, which is a lot, but...
we'll make a little chart.
Yeah, we'll make a chart later.
You'll see it. It's going to be great.
What else do we have to talk about?
Also, we have, okay, so if you want to interact with us here tonight during the stream at any point, you're going to need to, first of all, you're watching on YouTube. You can just comment in the YouTube comments below this video, and they will be handed to us, or we can even pull them up ourselves, maybe. Also, on Twitter, you can hashtag any tweets, hashtag Janitors Live, and we'll be reading tweets and stuff. And if you have any questions, or if you just want to comment on something dumb we said, or if you are watching along and you want to say that, this is your favorite scene for this reason, whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Do it.
Say whatever you want. We will read it.
We have over 6 hours.
Well over 6 hours.
We
have 8 hours about to fill in time, and we're already almost out of stuff.
And you don't want, trust me, Star Wars are the best movies that man has ever created.
For sure.
But you do not want us just sitting here, with a beer in our hand, just watching Star Wars. Because, while I'm pretty okay with it.
I'd have a great time. It's not very, it's nothing to watch.
Feel free, please, interact as much as possible.
Guests.
Yes.
It's not just going to be the two of us tonight. We have guests from Space Janitors lined up to pop through throughout the night. Pat should be stopping by. Ebony will be stopping by. Scott Yamamura will be stopping by. Jason DeRoss, who played the braided Jedi character.
Sarah Hillier, Walmsley from the deck crew will be showing up later. Revis from the deck crew, our friend Glenn.
Yep. Chris Siddiqui, who played Steve 12.
Steve Clones.
Will be coming in.
Our first comment.
Stacey McGonigal, who played the hologram of the princess, will be stopping by.
Yeah, that's right.
Why do we have envelopes?
What? This is how we're getting everything.
We're getting everything via envelope tonight.
You should see how high-tech everything is, behind the camera. There's not even kidding, there's 4 monitors, and there's 3 people back there working diligently, working super hard, and yet this is how we're going to receive everything today.
Let's introduce people who are working here today. Davin, the executive producer.
You guys probably know Davin.
Come around and just stick your face into the thing. You're monitoring everything. You're the jack of all trades. There's Davin. He's there. Jake Howell, who's the producer on the show, too. He'll be monitoring the tweets. You're on Twitter tonight?
I'm on Twitter.
All right. There's Emma. Emma, come on in. Hey, there's Emma.
She's doing YouTube.
You're doing YouTube comments.
She's our YouTube lady.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
Don't apologize yet. Don't apologize yet. You're fine.
Anyway, so yeah, and Mike's there, but what are you doing?
Yeah, Mike Fly's here, who is our director of photography.
On the actual show.
Also does that Versus Valerie show. No, you're looking in there.
That's a microphone.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I look at the microphone? Mike, get out of here.
Hilarious bits already. Let's get to this. I don't even know what this is yet.
Okay.
Oh, cool. We have a question from the Whirl. It was 1 minute ago. I saw your interviews on Tabletop for Suro. Me and Andy were just on an episode of Tabletop. Check that out if you want to. It's the most recent one.
Yeah, it's we play Sword of the Seas with Kim Pereira.
Yeah, Kim Pereira and William Wheaton. I saw your interviews on Tabletop for Suro, and Brendan mentioned that you two went to school together. Which one of you got better grades? Well,
funny because we were never in any of the same classes.
We became friends later in high school.
That's right.
So we were in a grade 10 computers class together. But I sat in the back and you were up in the front, and I was always like, I don't know who that Andy guy is, but he talks a lot.
Were we in grade 9 gym together?
Yeah, this is the.
Oh yeah,
here's the tweet from the Whirl.
Our man, the Whirl.
The whole world.
Thanks, the Whirl, for getting an early comment in here.
Who got better grades?
It had to be you.
I think I got better grades in high school, but we both.
What was your high school average?
Okay. It was high. It was like in the 80s or something.
Oh wow.
Because I needed to get to the school, and then I needed to maintain a 76 to still get into the university, and I maintained only a 76.
So you got a 76 in high school overall?
Yeah, in the final year, I think.
Me too.
All right.
76.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Average achievers, Brendan Haller and Andy Hull here.
And then we both went to university, and we both did not complete our university.
We both did not finish our university education.
Because screw it, you don't need an education to do this.
Yeah, you think you need to know anything to be able to sit in front of a camera?
No, this is just hanging out.
Oh,
we got money.
That means we have a donation.
Every time that we get a donation, we're going to ring the bell. We're going to read your name. Yeah, so this is from Zoltan Varga.
Zoltan Varga.
What does this K mean?
I was going to say, what does this mean? He gave you $1,000.
No.
Zoltan. Yeah,
Kickstarter money. Just whatever amount of money.
I thought it was $1,000, and I was like, Zoltan, don't. what are you doing with your money,
It's
man?
either that or if Zoltan gave us Varga amount of money, which is a space term for a space dollar.
Or it's Zoltan divided by Varga equals Kickstarter money.
Right, Kickstarter money. Well,
Zoltan,
anyway,
thank you so much.
thank you very much.
This is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We are well on our way. Well, let's keep these up here so we can refer to them later on in the thing.
So we got a lot of stuff planned. We're not just going to be sitting here watching these movies. Obviously, we're not just going to be chatting with our amazing guests. We're also going to be drinking steam whistle beer.
Yeah, we do have to thank our sponsors for tonight. We have sponsors.
We have sponsors. Someone decided to sponsor this, which is great.
So we are sponsored by a great Toronto local brew called Steam Whistle.
Yeah, and
the Pilsner.
Pilsner, premium Pilsner. If you're living in the States right now and you go, that looks like you're drinking Rolling Rock. Well, you're wrong. It's not the same at all. And if you feel like, hey, I would like some of that there, go to your local liquor establishment and ask them for a local Toronto Pilsner called Steam Whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Second,
they will not have it.
They will not have it, but they might order it in.
They might.
Can they do that?
Yeah. Ask your local convenience store, who I'm sure want to be bothered.
Grow the Steam Whistle brand.
Steam Whistle brand. We are also sponsored tonight by Pizzaville.
Yeah.
Which is a pizza chain here, and I don't even know where we don't know anything about our sponsors.
I love Pizzaville. They have the funniest ads that have been going on for, I'm not even joking, like 20 years. The same ad campaign.
It was a rainy day in Pizzaville.
Yeah, so if you are, if you're in Ontario and you've heard those ads, you know Pizzaville.
Can we look up where Pizzaville locations are located?
Yeah, where are the Pizzaville locations?
Provinces?
Is it just Southern Ontario? Does it stretch? Researching.
All right, we're researching.
Well, anyways, at any rate, thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Pizzaville. They're dropping off pizzas at 2 different times. We're getting pizzas at 8:30 and 11:30.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, thanks to Steam Whistle for
giving us a couple of
Steam Whistle
ice cool
brews.
The sponsorship actually brings it. Oh, if you're wondering when we're going to actually start watching the movies, that's going to happen at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, we will start watching the movies. We will start with A New Hope, obviously.
We felt like we'd give you a little time to load up your own system.
Yeah, and if you needed to go and download the versions that we needed to download, we got more money!
Sorry, download? I don't know what you're talking about. That's not right.
This is our 824th backer. Is that right? We have 824 backers, which is bananas. Thank you very much to Samantha Okamoto.
Is Okamoto where she's from, or is that her name?
Sounds like a name.
Name.
Yeah.
Great.
Samantha, thank you so much.
That's my sister's name.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah. And a better last name than Hull.
Yeah, for sure.
Okamoto.
Okamoto?
I'm into that.
Where's Yamamura Okamoto? That sounds like a business.
Yeah, it does, for like, and it's not like an oil prefecture.
Yeah. What is a prefecture?
I have no idea.
Is it just an area of Japan?
Is it?
I'm sure a commenter knows. They're probably way smarter.
If you know what that is, please tell us if we'll put it on lime green paper.
Or for some reason, print it out onto a piece of paper and hand it to us instead of just saying. Yeah.
So bringing us back to with our sponsors for tonight, we're going to be giving. We're going to be having like awards for each movie. We've come up with this board here.
We should say that the sponsors did not tell us to do this.
No, they didn't at all. We just thought it'd be super fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the Pizzaville cheesiest line.
So we're going to be writing down, like, whenever a cheesy line happens, we're going to write it down to remember it. We'll come back after the film and we're like, these are your nominees. This is your winner.
We have the Pizzaville meat lovers' hammiest performance,
which I feel like Mark Hamill's going to win every time.
Maybe. I don't know. Lando cut some ham.
Yeah, he's got some ham. He's got some ham.
And then we have the Steam Whistle steamiest scene.
Ooh, the steamiest scene. And like, there's not that many steamy scenes, but we're going to find a few.
The one where they try to put Luke into the carbonite. That's a steamy scene. There's a lot of steam.
A lot of steam going on.
Remember
when he pulls the thing down and hits Vader with the steam?
Steam! Very appropriate.
That might be literally the steamiest
sweep the awards. But in the New Hope and Return of the Jedi, I don't really know what we're going to
see.
Yeah.
There's going to be something.
Yeah, there's going to be something.
Also, the steam scenes, we'll talk about it when we get there, but there's a kiss scene in there. It's going to be great.
Yeah, there's, maybe even Leia and Luke kissing.
Maybe that inappropriate kiss will make for the steamiest scene.
Maybe we'll just be feeling it
at the time. At the time, that was like people were like, "Yep, this is happening." Like, of course, your hero is going to be kissing your heroine.
Yeah, and then it just doesn't really work out that way.
Not when George Lucas has his hands in it.
And George Lucas has gone back and fixed so many things in the show that you're like, why didn't he go back and fix that?
Yeah, like why didn't he just not have the weird tension, the sexual tension in the first 2 movies?
Another envelope.
Whoa, it's an envelope! Thank you to Officeworks Envelopes for providing plain white manila envelopes.
And the kind that you don't have to lick. See, this just comes off like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that can get really gross after a while.
There's its own adhesive.
So Fickle Productions, at Fickle Prod Now. So this is from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
At Space Janitors, is dreamy-eyed Scott Yamamura going to be there? Will there be popcorn? Is Andy going to share that beer?
That's a 3-part question.
3-part question.
Scott Yamamura, yes.
Will be here.
Will be here.
We've been told there will be popcorn. We have been told that there will be popcorn.
We were not told that at all.
Yeah, you did. You guys said you have healthy snacks and popcorn is going to be one of them.
Oh, is popcorn considered a healthy snack? Depends what kind of popcorn. Chicago style? No way.
No way. That's not healthy.
That's not a healthy
cheese
popcorn.
and caramel.
Yeah, it's the best popcorn, but it's not a healthy one. Okay, next question.
Anyways, and then is Andy going to share that beer? Well, it depends if the right person comes along. Because I certainly don't need to share with you. But
I'm just going to take it. Money!
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Davin.
We have 2. 2 people actually donated. We have numbers 825 and 826, but you are more than numbers to us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Simon Nyquet and Avelino Santa Ana Jr.
What a bunch of awesome names we've had.
Are you guys making these up? Are you guys just making up the coolest names?
Yeah, Avelino Santa Ana Jr.?
Santa Ana Jr.?
I want to invest in a business that you are a part of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel comfortable having you handle my money.
I want to back your boxing career.
Yeah. Santa Ana Jr.
Thank you to Simon. Thank you to Avelino. That's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm honestly already overwhelmed with the number of Kickstarter donations we're getting in this.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
That's 4. That's 4. What? We're on an average of what? 4 in the first, 10 minutes?
Oh, God, we got more. Great.
Blistering pace! Look at this! Davin coming in with 3 more.
Thank you. Will Kritikos.
Yeah.
That seems like a Greek last name.
It's a Greek name, it looks like.
Yeah. Will Kritikos, William Howard, and Harold
Grundetjern. Is that right?
That sounds like a Swiss name. Is that Swiss or
It
Sweden?
looks like it says Grundetjern,
I think it is Grundetjern.
and I think I did that right. Gotta laugh because
tweet at us and phonetically spell out your last name.
Is it like it's weird that we have been getting all like sort of difficult to pronounce names, but I love it.
Yeah, where's like Mike Stamp?
Yeah. Well, William Howard couldn't.
William Howard's pretty easy. Yeah.
Easier,
and Kritikos, once you get it.
Once you realize you're talking Mediterranean, you're in the Isles.
Wrap your mouth around
Crete?
it.
From the Isle of Crete.
Is it?
Is it from Crete? Crete.
From the Isles? From the Isles of Crete?
Could be from.
We've already run out of stuff to talk about.
We've already gone to our Crete material.
Guys, we are about 17 minutes away from A New Hope, starting A New Hope. We're waiting for everyone to get online and on board here. Oh, another thing, if there are technical problems with this stream at all, please go to our Twitter account, which is just at Space Janitors. We will be updating you if something happens and we have to change a link or something like that.
Some idiot goes back there and spills coffee all over a keyboard or pulls out a plug, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But at Space Janitors, we're good.
But season 3 is coming up of our show.
That's right.
Which we're all super excited about.
Yes, we are.
I was going to ask Davin what we could and could not talk about ahead of time, because I don't want to, there's a lot to reveal and I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But there's got to be something.
Got to be something. Well, yeah.
Something that we can tell you about it, right?
I'm sure as these steam whistles go.
Loose lips.
Sink ships.
All right, another envelope.
Wow, okay, this is great.
All right, this is great. All right.
I love that we have to go through the process of opening the envelope.
They take the time to fold it and put it in so we can just immediately take it out.
And then there's like this much text on an entire sheet of paper. This can't be, come on. You gotta reuse these, guys, come on.
We do not. This is from at O'Sure now. Who's your favorite alternate facial hair dimension self? This is a good question for you. This is for both of us, really.
Okay, sure.
We have an extra scene where we talk about the different facial hair dimensions. It's in one of the. Where is that? Is it in one of the?
It's in a blooper reel, I think.
Blooper reel.
Where we just go off and riff on on the facial hair thing. I like of course, like I think my one was full beard. Me was the one I actually had.
Right.
I mentioned all those other ones.
Yeah.
I like the one. What was it? The one where everyone's always wrestling? Wasn't there one where like they're constantly
the unibrow dimension?
Unibrow dimension, that's what it was.
Unibrow dimension is huge.
I like unibrow dimension because their whole society is always wrestling.
Yeah.
And they never get anything done. It's a mess.
Yeah.
That's why.
I really liked obviously the Lemmy Darby, which is a reference to Lemmy from Motorhead. He has that, and also a Triple H. Triple H sometimes rocks that too.
Of course.
Right? And he comes out to a Motorhead song as well.
Yeah, there you go.
So that, but then I also like just doing the goatee because I was doing, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to do a loose Alec Baldwin, later day Alec Baldwin impression.
That was your inspiration.
That was my inspiration for that thing. Yeah, and it's not a very good impression, but it's fun. It's fun nonetheless. Money.
Wow. Look at this.
830 backers. Thank you very much to Rhett Fester.
Rhett Fester. Emma, have some beers. Go ahead.
Have some beers. Pass them out. Rhett, thank you so much.
Thanks, Rhett.
Thank you so much for your donation to the show.
Should we get?
We're going to use the money to get a better bell.
Yeah.
Our bell stings. You found out a way to work it though.
If you tilt it this way, this way, it becomes a real bell.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it just makes a dull, clunking noise like you're just hitting a spoon on a piece of wood.
Rhett Fester, thank you so much for the donation.
My man.
More donations. Okay, well, bring it in. Let's do it. We got nothing to talk about.
Frederick Methought and Kyle Morrissey. Thank you very much, guys.
Frederick,
two huge
Kyle.
ones. Let's get. We got a guest here.
Yeah, you want to bring in a guest,
here, right?
Yeah, let's say.
Mike, you're not a guest. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, let's bring Mike in. Mike, come on in and chat with us for a bit before we get to this movie here. We're about.
Do you want to sit where the beer's sitting?
Yes.
Yeah, move those beers out. Here, let's put them over here.
Steam Whistle beer.
Why me?
It's a strong case as well. Guys, it's Mike Fly.
It's Mike Fly.
Mike Fly.
It's a very cozy couch right away.
For those who don't, thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by
our talk show.
Yeah, our talk show.
This is very exciting.
Yeah, it is, right?
You're on like a full-on set in Davin's living room. It's great.
Weird. I know. Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's very weird. Yeah. For those people who don't know who you are the director of photography. What does that mean on the show like this?
It means I am the one who directs the photography. So all of the video that we produce needs to be figured out when it comes to lighting and how you shoot it, where all the footage goes, and then we make it into a show.
Great. Yeah. Mike is also a well-known Canadian improviser and comedian, so that's
originally from Regina.
This is true, and I lived in Vancouver for a bit too.
Yeah. This guy's been all
over this fair country of ours. You also do you are in charge of. Are you in charge of Versus Valerie, the web series?
I am in charge of Versus Valerie, the web series.
And tell our viewers about that.
Tell us about it.
Sure. It follows the life of Valerie Lapont, who's a 26-year-old super nerdy girl who is awesome. She's a vlogger that vlogs under the name Sexy Nerd Girl, and the season that we just put out follows her life as she falls in love for the first time. Sort of Scott Pilgrim-y, where you kind of slip in and out of fantasy and reality, and we get to celebrate all the cool sci-fi stuff that we love.
How dare you rip something off?
Well, yeah.
Come up with your own thing.
Yeah. I feel bad about it. For sure, you guys are the right
Don't you have an original idea in your brain?
Right.
Mike, stick around while we answer this next question. Envelope.
This is great.
We'll be swimming in envelopes by the end of this.
Hopefully.
This is from Deep Thoughts, aka at Caraffle now. Sure. Okay. Hashtag Janitors Live. Please use the hashtag Janitors Live.
Oh, I see.
Do you guys watch the movie Strange Brew? Not did you. Do you watch it? Do you actively watch it?
Well, at the current pace, I'd say I watch that movie once every 9 years or so.
Right.
Because I've seen it twice, probably with a 9-year break in between.
I don't know if I've seen parts of it. I've seen where he drinks the beer and then gets.
I just remember him ice skating with stormtroopers. Really, when they do the hockey game at the end. The guys are wearing essentially stormtrooper armor.
That's true. Yeah,
I remember as a kid being like, "That's kind of weird."
There's also a weird Darth Vader reference in there, right? Too. Yeah,
it's strange.
Also, you know what's funny? Because Brennan and I were sitting around talking about what were some of the other things we were going to do on the stream tonight, and it really reminded me of the Bob and Doug McKenzie album. If any of you have ever listened to that, the Great White North, their album, it's them just like they're doing their bit, but they're just drinking beers, and by the end of it, they just have the dumbest things happening, and because they got all drunk by the end of the album.
Nice.
So hopefully that's what happens here. Like, that's what we go with. But they just do different little bits until the album's over, which is kind of what we're going to do.
So we kind of actively watch Strange Brew. This is from Mini Macaroni. Brendan, general intrigue, how comfy is the jumpsuit? Not at all. Thank you for asking. It's actually, our studio is really cold, and the jumpsuit is not insulated at all. So, and I'm just wearing a T-shirt.
What are you wearing under that?
T-shirt and like long underwear that they give me too.
I think they're just giving it a lot more credit, calling it a jumpsuit than like coveralls.
It's coveralls.
It's clearly coveralls.
It's basically a mechanic's coveralls. There's nothing done to it that makes it better at all.
But if it was
also,
a
I
jumpsuit,
don't understand.
awesome.
Like, I get a T-shirt underneath it too. I could just be wearing a longer sleeve white shirt.
Like, isn't that on you?
Commitment to the role. Right?
No, that's not on me.
That's on you, man.
No, that's on wardrobe. I'm pinning that squarely on wardrobe. We do a great job. So it's not. The boots are actually worse. I got bad ankles too. Like, so it's just like they're like Walmart boots, and there's just no.
It's got old lady ankles.
I got old lady. I do have grandma legs. I like to get really tired. If you want to start a hashtag tonight that just says grandma legs.
Grandma legs.
Grandma legs. There you go. There's the first hashtag of the night.
So I have a question for you guys.
Okay, cool.
What are you doing with that?
Oh.
Okay, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Never do that again.
Fix the bell like that.
I love your ingenuity, but that's the worst thing I've ever done.
Thank you very much. We have more donations from Omi, OHMI, Omi, and Kyle Bennett, Tony Bennett's nephew.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kyle Bennett.
Legit.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for giving us a small portion of your uncle's vast wealth.
I hope you stole it from your uncle.
Yeah. What was your question, my man?
Well, my question was, we are watching the undoctored versions of this, right?
Right. Yeah.
So there are changes. Are there any changes that you're going to miss?
Like, you mean special editions?
Yeah, like the special edition. Like if you took Lucas's
this is a great
now
question. This is a great
lovely, completed in his mind, fixed versions, is there anything in there that is actually redeeming?
Oh my God, I'm going to miss the giant lizard.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss the dance sequences.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss
These are facetious answers, but I have a real answer. The one improvement I think that was, well, not, there are actually real improvements, visually, sound-wise, but I think the one, like, added thing that I'm going to miss is the extra Wampa bit. You get to see the Wampa a little bit more in Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
Because in the first one, they didn't show it very much because it looked crappy, and it was just a guy in a suit.
Mm.
And then later, they still shot a guy in a suit, I think, but it was just a much better suit. So in the beginning scenes of Empire,
when you see it like eating and
Empire.
Standing up and stuff, it's just like that thing. It's
Yeah,
terrifying.
and so you just get to see it a little bit more. He didn't overdo it like he did with every other freaking part of it.
Yeah.
But you just get a little more Wampa, and it was
Practical
nice.
effects.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Also the explosions, the Death Star and the Alderaan explosions look shitty in the old versions. They look way better in the new.
Yeah. But what about that ring? How do we feel about that? The weird explosive.
The
ring?
one that like makes no sense,
Yeah.
just like physics-wise and stuff like that.
Just no sense.
I mean, sure. It
Sure.
looks cool. it looks like something that you would be like, yeah, that could probably happen in space, I think.
Right.
Obviously, if you don't know.
I'm actually excited. I'm excited to watch these versions because we haven't. I've only really seen the special edition versions because they're the DVDs that I have, and I don't really like. I don't have the cool. Like you have better versions on your.
On my computer.
Yeah.
These are the only versions I watch now. Like if I
Yeah.
feel like sitting down watching a movie, a Star Wars movie, I unaltered trilogy all the way.
Are we watching your versions? Did you get your
No,
versions?
Devin also got. I believe they're the same ones though. Yeah.
I find it really hard to watch the Blu-ray versions because you see so much detail in the costuming and in the makeup that you didn't see before, and it makes it like too real. I find.
Let us know if you're watching the stream, and at any point because I haven't seen the Blu-rays yet. Brenda, have you seen the Blu-rays?
I haven't seen the Blu-rays.
Oh, they're so clear.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
so clean.
Tell us if you see something in there that you're like, oh, the Blu-ray is better.
Mm-hmm.
Blu-ray version's better. Let me know. Because I quite frankly, after the whole No thing with Vader, them adding it into Jedi, I'm like, I just don't even want to have anything to do with those Blu-rays.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I was so stoked otherwise, and then when that happened, I was like, oh. Just
some of the Millennium Falcon stuff looks cool though, because you actually feel like you're in a real cockpit at that point, because it's so sharp and so clear that you see all the stuff on the walls, things are rattling, it's moving, it's cool. But you're right. It's
as a director of photography, I'd imagine that's something you would appreciate.
Everything's finally in focus.
Yeah.
That's the best part. It's finally in focus.
We're about 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away from the start of A New Hope. We're going to watch it. So we'll tell you when we're going to push play, and you should push play at the same time so if you want to follow along. If not, the audio should be coming through here a little bit, so you'll at least have an idea of where we are at.
I think you'll know where we are generally. If you're not, you should be fine.
We're going to play a drinking game during the course of the 3 movies. The game will be. Because you could do this any number of ways, right?
So many different things.
So many different things. Yeah. Like anytime they say, I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah. Anytime lightsaber ignites. Anytime a force is used.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do, because we're trying to keep this about our show ANH 8 p.m. Eastern.
I do hope.
We are going to every time that you see something that we've referenced in Space Janitors, we're going to drink.
We're going to have to drink.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be keen eye. Like we're going to have to keep an eye on it too, because sometimes it's not even immediately apparent.
Yeah. So that goes for you guys back there. If you see something that we miss, like if we're talking and we miss something, you're going to need to call us out on it.
And you're going to drink a whole beer every time.
No.
Because you would be.
That's when you drink.
We have a lot of material to get through.
A lot of time. We don't want this to just fall completely apart at the end of A New Hope, because that's.
I figured that's what
that could happen.
More cast members coming in, so they could just peel you guys out of the way and then bring in a new.
You're gonna have to drag our lifeless body out of here.
We'll just be passed out.
I'm not going anywhere.
By the time Lando Calrissian's on, we're just working on this.
Mike, are you excited for season 3? What are you going to be doing for season 3 of Space Janitors?
Same thing, and I can't say anything, but I finally got the first drafts of the scripts, so we could start breaking them down.
What do you mean finally?
We were writing as fast as we could.
Yeah. I finally, because I was excited.
Oh, okay, cool.
Finally, they came.
It was
like Christmas, but for scripts.
Right.
It was great for me. Open it up, read them, and I'm really excited. And maybe I'll just drop this down as the only thing that I can say.
Okay.
Is that we have to really reconsider our lighting package this year for some reason.
How exciting!
Yeah, that's it. That's basically it's exciting for me because I have to go shopping. For renting, but different catalog I have to work through for some reason.
We can guarantee you different lights.
Lighting. Yeah.
Different lights in season 3.
Yeah.
Very ambitious.
We need that money.
We need that money for
please,
them lights.
Please,
for them lights.
Please.
Mike Fly just decided all new lights.
All new lights.
Get rid of all the other lights.
Yeah, that's the way it has to be.
It's true. There's a different lighting scheme, and we can't say why that is.
Different lights.
It's a promise we will make.
This is great. This is a great feature.
Yeah.
This feature was well worth putting this giant TV behind us.
Yeah.
Because at first when we saw this, Brendan was like, "Oh, we'll be showing the movie on that." And it's like, oh, no, we can't just show the movie.
I thought we could, but
super illegal, right?
Again, for legal reasons, we can't do anything.
So then, I mean, I love this.
Can we even do this? For this?
We can.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, we're not making money off that.
Cool hat on Yoda there.
Yeah, that's all right.
Who wants Emperor Pez? That's like of all of the.
Oh, we're 2 minutes away, but yes,
2 minutes.
Emperor Pez, by the way, also purple Emperor Pez.
Yeah, so weird.
This is prequel Emperor.
Oh, it is?
Oh,
purple for sure. And look at the face. It's like too.
Yeah, no good.
It's too done up. It doesn't look melty enough.
No.
Looks like a puffy. It's too puffy. We are going to be doing some other stuff during the screening of these films. At some point, when we see like an iconic line, we might ask you for alternate versions of that line, what should have been said in that spot.
Yeah. So you can remember to do that.
Yeah, we got to remember to do that. So that's why I'm saying it out loud to the room. Alternate lines.
Critical lines?
Yeah, critical lines. Yeah.
People know Star Wars too, right? So if you think of something right away that you want to, it's coming up, send it in ahead of time.
Yeah.
There is a mild delay that we're getting from when we're talking, and then it's like almost 48 seconds.
Really?
48.
Yeah.
Really?
So like if you know it's coming, like.
And that doesn't count the delay it takes to print it and put it in an envelope.
Yeah.
So 4.5
That's
minutes.
like 90 seconds right there.
It'll be 20 minutes before we get your comment. So.
We're also going to be trying to find lesser characters. We got 1 minute. Lesser characters that we can spin off into franchises.
We want to start pitching J.J. Abrams our own movie.
Yeah, we want to pitch J.J. Abrams a movie about Biggs, right?
Like, we want the Biggs Darklighter movie. We want to see what happens.
Yeah, we want to see a Ponda Baba movie.
Yeah, that's
right?
Yeah.
What happens in that movie?
Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan, or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah.
I don't like you either.
We're also going to be doing space. If you have any Space Janitors spin-offs, I'm doing a lot of finger signs here.
It's because it's
7,
counting down.
5,
5,
4, 3,
2, 1. Push play.
Oh no!
Ah, silly string!
Yeah.
I love it. And also,
Should we do this at the end?
Yeah. When we're done. Ew, it's gross.
What is it? I hate silly string.
I hate silly string. This was not set up ahead of time.
No.
and what am I now?
I hate you.
Oh, it smells
bad.
amazing.
Just
Great.
Hey, a long
Go
time ago.
in a galaxy far, far away. Guys, we're at that point.
We're at that point. Here we
Started.
Good thing. Oh. It doesn't get better than. This doesn't get any better than hearing that.
Yeah. Imagine being in the theater on opening day for that.
You want to get Glenn in here before we get started?
for those of
Glenn,
the-
come on in here.
Yeah.
Mike, get out of here. You're
You
done.
guys know we-
No, you gotta be in the
I
theater.
see. Guess what? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
it.
On the shot? Oh, I didn't know that. Otherwise, I would have been like Mike.
Yeah, okay, great.
Oh, it does smell.
Yeah, it sucks.
My mom got so mad at my uncle for giving us this stuff as a kid because it got all over the place. So
Yeah.
Yeah, what a mess. And it leaves grease stains on walls and stuff.
So we're at the scroll right now. Great scroll. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Glenn McCauley.
Glenn McCauley. Glenn is played Revis from the deck crew in first season and in supplemental material.
Glenn is also in charge of our social media. He typically runs our Twitter. So if you see a tweet that's like especially funny, it came from Glenn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do a great job with that, man. So yeah, if ever you guys see a funny tweet, go thanks, Glenn.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Glenn.
Out loud to whoever is in the room.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
say it to someone you're with.
Glenn, what's going on, man?
I got this Star Wars shirt for Christmas that I thought today would make the perfect debut.
Hey man,
Look at this. Look at this, guys.
Yeah, bandwagon.
Same tones, too. Look at this.
It's a really good time for Star Wars shirts
Yeah.
right now. There's a million of them everywhere.
Yeah.
You can get them anywhere.
You got independent producers? Like, this is
Yeah, how are you allowed
Lucas.
to do that?
This isn't
right?
allowed.
We're not even allowed to talk about. We're not even allowed to say the word Wookiee on our show. We had to call it what did we call it? Just Ape Man? What did we?
Dewey. Yeah.
Well, we
we
call
call
it
it
Dewey.
Dewey.
The thing about Dewey was I wrote that in the thing as a temporary solution for okay, we'll come up with a name for the thing later. And
I wish that guy was
I
here.
just stuck with it.
Yeah, the guy who played Dewey is
It's one of the scariest
he's
people.
one
I've
of the
ever
scariest. He looks like he just rode out of hell.
seen. Yeah,
Physically-
and he set his voice.
Very intimidating.
His voice is not of this world.
He looks like a lizard alien.
Yeah.
It's just, but also super nice guy.
If he had to play Chewbacca, they would have kept that voice.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
he had to
Oh,
do
yeah.
was act mad but not say words like, "Rah!" and that would have been fine.
Yeah.
Which is what I imagine Peter Mayhew did anyways.
Peter Mayhew was probably something like. No, we got to change
I gotta
that.
change that. We can't have it.
Yeah.
I think that
The
one
guy who
droid's
played,
a girl, probably.
I figured the lighter
a
goal
girl.
3PO is a girl. That's a female 3PO.
Wasn't the guy who played who actually played Vader in this? Wasn't he pissed that they didn't use his actual voice?
David Prowse.
Prowse, yeah,
He was
yeah.
a bodybuilder. I paid $30 for his autograph.
Money well spent.
Okay, here we go. Autograph wars. You paid $30 for David Prowse's autograph.
Oh, this is a good one.
I
Yeah.
paid $35 for Billy D. Williams' autograph on a bottle of Colt 45.
That's
She used to endorse for all of you youngins in the crowd.
That's right, and
the catchphrase for the thing was works every time.
works every time.
Yeah.
So Lando signed my thing, and he was cool about it. I was like, oh man, is he even gonna do this?
You asked him about your girl problems.
Oh my god, I got
Told you
the
to kill
weirdest
yourself?
response.
Yeah.
I had girl problems at the time. I was like, Lando, what do you got?
If anyone has,
Lando's gonna know.
yeah, it's the smoothest mother effer in the
Yeah,
galaxy.
right.
And what do you say? What were your lady problems?
He went
Well, if you don't want to get into details, that's fine.
Well, I won't
You
get
did tell Lando about it too. So
I didn't tell him about it. I said, Lando, I'm having some lady problems. What's your advice? And he just went, kill yourself. Not even joking.
I feel like Lando was going through some lady problems of his own at that time. It was just like,
Lando's
what can a man
four
do?
divorces at that point, and just murder yourself so you never have to do this again.
He was going through 4 divorces.
I'm like 19 years old and just got my Hope's step.
We are getting 3 per now.
Oh,
so,
wow.
We're making better use of our paper if you're an environmentalist out there. This is from Harry Constable at Harry Constable now. Andy, do you know that Hull is a city in England that has been awarded the title of worst place to live in Britain?
I didn't know about the award, the prestigious award that it won. Although I do know that it is a city in Britain, and
only because they made it to the top tier of English football.
That's right, the Premier League, the Hull Tigers, Hull City Tigers.
Potters.
No,
that's
Stoke City.
The Stoke City Potters.
Look at us showing off our EPL knowledge.
Yeah.
You Brits thought you could stump us coming in talking about Hull.
I believe they were the Tigers. They're terrible, of course, but they do remain.
Are they relegated?
I don't.
Stoke is still in.
They were promoted a couple years ago, and I think they've remained in the top tier there. Anyways, cool. What else we got? So no, I didn't know about that terrible award that my city won. God, Hull, get it together.
Yeah.
Gee.
Andy Hull, also the worst person to live with.
Yeah, terrible. Ask anyone who's lived with me.
Jesse, which is at Egg Glasses Now, says, will you be attending Fan Expo Canada this August? I'd love to see a Space Janitors panel and do some Space Janitors cosplay.
That would be awesome.
We were at Fan Expo Toronto this past August, so I would reason that we would be going back there this year.
Yeah.
I don't know in what capacity. I don't know if we're going to get a panel. We wanted to. We were trying to get one last time, but it didn't really work out. So yes, the tentative answer is yes.
I'd love to do all that stuff.
You gotta assume it's
and if you're
gonna
gonna
be better, right?
If you're gonna check out Fan Expo, even if we're not there, rock that Space Janitors cosplay, man. Tweet those pictures. Let's see. Let the bigwigs up at Google see that.
Yeah. Google decides everything, right?
Oh, great. Cool.
Jesse, we'll
Look
see you
for
there.
us, man. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Leia, pure stunned right now, by the way.
Pure stuff.
Just got the old blue.
First and only time the Stormtroopers used the stun setting.
We are coming up to a drink moment. I don't know how many we've missed already, but they're about to jettison the escape pod, which we did do.
Ooh, I need another beer then. Cost me an ice cold steam whistle.
Oh wow! The taste of Toronto, Canada's premier pilsner.
This is a pretty steamy scene back here too. There's a lot of steam going on, physical steam.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know if you want to nominate it for the steam whistle steamiest scene.
This
is actually
directly a scene.
We've actually referenced both of these scenes. In season 2 we did the jettison, but in season 1 we see that.
That's 2 drinks by my count, boys. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Done. We got money. 835 and 836. Goran Laukrantz.
Ivanisevich?
Oh, I wish it was Ivanisevich. Ugh.
Goran Laukrantz, thank you very much. Michael Glass.
Ooh, Michael
Michael Glass. Strong name.
Break the glass.
Yeah.
Michael Glass. Yeah. And then the
Stone Cold Michael Glass.
I just want to point this out. This is the worst scene for Leia's no bra situation.
And the worst for her fake English accent.
Yeah, and the worst for her for some reason fake English accent.
That she goes in and out of.
She goes like in this scene. There's a scene with Tarkin.
Yeah.
Where she is brutal with it, and then it's not really around the rest of the movie.
Yeah. It's kind of like when she's being formal. She's
oh, of course. Here's some Space Janitors.
This is some Space Janitors cosplay that people sent us. Where was this from? Was this at this was at
some kind of wizard con?
WizardCon?
Yeah,
or Dragon Con or something?
I think it was Dragon Con.
I think it was Dragon Con. Dragon Con's in Atlanta, right?
Dragon Con.
These guys are the best.
These guys are the best. These are Amy's parents.
Just a sample of our demographic, and that's fine.
Pure stunned.
Pure stunned. That's what she was.
We have another question from Katharina J. Tony Cat now. Oh, Tony Cat has done some art for us.
Some really cool art.
Some cool fan art.
Yep,
that's right.
Yeah, this is not Tony Cat. Come on, please. 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3. Where do your allegiances lie? There's a reason we're watching the original trilogy right now.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm not. I do not like the original. I do not like the new trilogy.
Okay, it's easy to jump on the middle.
Sure.
Like, is there a redeeming quality at all?
I still remain that the end of episode 3 isn't bad when they make the transition. You see young Grand Moff Tarkin. You start seeing the Star Destroyers sort of come into their evolve
When the
into
art
what
style
we
changes.
Exactly.
But like that's
That's a sliver. And I mean, maybe that just goes to show what I feel about them. I don't know.
it's hard to be. It's hard to.
Oh, I'll give you a
Sand
couple of mine.
Planet.
Can I have one of those green bottles? I was talking about this the other day. In episode 1, the crawl comes out. Everybody's confused. Just talking this Trade Federation.
Yeah.
It's a really confusing crawl.
Yeah, I remember.
So it sort of starts off on the wrong foot, and then but that first scene with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon where they melt the door with the lightsaber is wicked.
That's pretty good.
And then it goes downhill from there.
I'll say that Darth Maul.
The fight at the Duel of the Fates.
Darth Maul in general.
Yeah. And
I maintain that Kamino is a cool planet in theory.
Yeah, for sure.
Stylistically.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's like in the water.
Yeah, it's all water everywhere.
Hey guys, I'm just going to give you a little information. You will have a chance to resync with us if you're watching. We're going to hit in the comments exactly when R2 gets hit with an energy bolt. So you'll see our comment come in and you can resync your movie with us then.
Yep.
Awesome. So
we are on the desert planet right now. Let's go back to the movie here for a minute. Tatooine.
This is just the music in this movie is obviously like legendary.
Yeah, I have bought all of the soundtracks on vinyl.
Yeah.
And we just listen to them while we're playing board games.
I believe that is a Crate Fang Dragon or Crate Dragon. If I'm not mistaken, the skeleton behind C-3PO.
Great, let's look it up.
Good idea.
We brought our guide to the Star Wars universe. This was published in what year? This is not up to date, which is great.
I think this is prequels.
Yes, this is definitely 94. This came out in 94.
How do you guys feel about Lucas? Sort of, you hear about the committee they were signing to just discuss canon. Hear about that?
I did hear about that. Yeah,
very interesting. They have the head guy at Lucas, whatever, their keeper of the
records.
Yeah, they got him, and he appointed a panel of experts, and they're going to decide once and for all what is canon and what's not. I mean, they're essentially going to wipe out the expanded universe. All the Timothy Zahn stuff is going to go. They have to.
Right? So the scenes that we're seeing are in the Jundland Wastes.
Yep.
Because the Crate Dragons are large carnivorous reptiles that live in the mountains surrounding Tatooine's Jundland Wastes.
Cool. So I was right. If you want to know weird little Star Wars minutia like that, I would highly recommend you play the Star Wars customizable card game.
Yes.
It is one of the most complicated and completely
it's baffling.
So hard to play games ever created, but it's very rewarding once you
really figure it out. We should be syncing back up here.
That was the bolt.
That was the bolt. Hello, welcome.
There you go.
Good thing R2 found another flat surface.
There are a surprising amount of flat surfaces for R2.
In a desert.
How did he get through the part where they were for sure just on sand? If anyone has the answer to that, just tell us, because I've always wondered that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of
poor little
Jawas, disgusting creatures.
Horrible.
Filthy.
Just when you think about the scene, though, it's like there was a million little children out around to go pick up this droid. Why were they searching for a droid in the middle of the Jundland Waste? There's never droids there.
They're scavengers.
Yeah,
they scavenge all kinds of things. So you're right that their crawler is filled with droids. How often are droids just wandering
around that they're like that they need to send that many guys that far away?
Yeah.
Why couldn't the?
Maybe we're just they must have scanners. I mean, Luke has one on his.
That's true. They must have
scanners. Scanners are all over the place.
Scanners, yeah, they got scanners for sure.
The Jawa Sandcrawler are an underrated Star Wars vehicle.
What a sick vehicle!
Yeah. Sick vehicle,
It's awesome. It's like a moving town.
Yeah.
Well, not quite, but
what do you imagine? What's it like in there? The Star Wars Super Nintendo game would have you believe it's full of gears and things you jump over.
I feel like it's just like like every room is just a gross, weird storage room.
Yeah,
it's like there's so much crap in it.
A lot of storage.
A lot of junk.
They're just old gearheads, really. Jawas.
I love it's coming up here. So R2 just got sucked up the weird reverse toilet thing. There's a part where when R2 comes to here, he's got watch. So it's very messy in there. It's very, very messy. A lot of stuff around,
Auto-established messiness.
The established messiness for R2 is there's some steel wool on his head.
How did that steel wool get there in that amount of time?
They just put him there.
They just put him there. He's been there for 2 minutes.
Someone's like, don't put this bit of steel wool here. You're done with that.
Steel wool, steel wool, steel wool.
This is one of the like great
Gonk
show a bunch of different things scenes, which
so
is like
Kenner
my
can make
favorite.
more money selling action figures.
That's true.
Yeah.
This the Cantina and Jabba's Palace are like the best.
If you buy, like, for example, R5-D4 is in this scene.
Yeah.
If you bought his action figure, he comes with a missile.
Yes.
With it, he splits open, and this was in the old Power of the Force set.
So
And
you're
I
a big
think
collector.
The back of the card had a whole backstory for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many action figures have you collected?
I have a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you still have them?
relatively? Yeah, they're in my parents' basement.
Right where they belong, man.
How many did you have, like, total? Like,
It's hard to
ballpark.
say.
You had your walls like filled with them. I remember just like going.
I remember seeing them too, and you had like there's
This
a
is a
Gonk
Gonk droid.
Yeah.
It's a Lego.
It's a Lego Gonk droid.
Actually, it looks like a
Minecraft.
Yeah, it looks like a theoretical giant Gonk.
Yeah.
Now this Gonk droid is just in the idea stage.
And look how big it
You
is.
just missed Look-Sir Droids.
Oh,
A very
one of the
important
best.
card in the Star Wars customizable card game.
That's right.
Alternate line.
Alternate
what?
lines. Look, Sir Droids. What can we do?
Look-Sir
Check it
Droids.
out. Check it out. Bots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, over there.
Robots.
Oh, yeah, over there. Metal guys.
I think that Sand Trooper should have gotten a raise for picking up just like a gasket and realizing it's a droid.
Yeah, it probably should have been more like that. Like droids here.
Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
What were we talking about before that image of that Gonk droid? came out?
R5-D4. Star
Oh
Wars.
yeah, okay, R5-D4. So check this out. So when they made the Star Wars customizable card game, there's flavor text on them, much like if you've ever played Magic or any of those kinds of games. And the flavor text was officially recognized as canon by Lucasfilm. So whatever little stories that were on the Star Wars cards became like accepted canon in the Star Wars universe. Which means that on the R5-D4 card, it says that he blew his motivator on purpose
Yes,
here.
that's it. Yeah.
And he blew his motivator on purpose because he wanted R2 and C-3PO to still be together, still be buddies.
Very
Wow.
compassionate droid.
Yeah, he's
So
like
that
a
is
friendship droid.
Technically, the real actual like thing that happened.
Sweet droid.
Sweet droid. He is a sweet
To
droid.
R5-D4.
To R5-D4.
It wasn't a bad motivator. It was a friendship motivator
Yeah. He just had a good heart.
filled with oil and metal.
Who was the actor who played Uncle Owen? You guys know? What did he do?
I don't know.
We're getting to this is our first opportunity for a spin-off movie actually. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Thoughts on what that movie might entail?
Well, they die pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
I imagine it'd be some sort of a.
But they've lived a life up
Yeah,
to this
sure,
point.
they have lived a
It
life.
is a prequel.
I imagine it being a John
Prequel for sure.
Steinbeck East of Eden-esque story, or like a Dust Bowl type of thing where they have to travel a long distance in a tour and stuff.
Yeah. No question.
Hardship.
Hardship.
is the key.
Yeah. Why? How did they get this moisture
Where
farm
did they
going?
get? That's true.
Where did they
Also-
get the moisture from?
Yeah, where? A moisture farm in a desert. Great idea, everyone.
Yeah. Do they have to dig down very deep? How deep is it? It's a really good movie. It's probably.
I saw someone say, why would you ever open a moisture farm on a desert? There's no moisture in the desert. But I always took it as they are getting the very little moisture that is
Exactly.
in the
They're
desert.
farming moisture.
They're farming that moisture, which is even more important on a
Exactly.
desert planet. So to all you naysayers out there,
It always made perfect
suck
sense
it
to
big
me.
time.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
all you naysayers, suck it big time. How dare you?
How dare you naysay the original genius of George Lucas?
Yeah. We have some more questions. Oh, this is a good one. I like this question. From YCH Tower. Have you read any of the books from the expanded universe? And if so, who are your favorite Star Wars book characters?
It's been a while since I've read them. I read X-Wing Rogue Squadron.
There's the blown motivator.
And, oh yeah, excellent.
On purpose.
Yeah, on purpose.
I read Rogue Squadron, and again, I don't remember them that well. I read Tales from the Cantina,
Yeah. You read the
Bounty Hunters,
too,
which
yeah.
is great.
The Thrawn trilogy. You probably read that.
No,
right?
I didn't. I never read it.
The Timothy Zahn Thrawn.
Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah.
The Heir to the Empire, and I can't remember. No, I've read them as well. Those are the ones I read. Did you have a favorite character from that expanded universe?
Honestly, I can't remember. I was like grade 6, and I'm 31 now.
Don't tell everyone. Yes. I got some money here. Thanks,
Can I
Alan.
have a beer?
No.
Thanks.
Those are
We're
ours.
ordering all the beers, and everyone on production is like, It's like, no, can I have one? No!
I think Wedge is probably in the Rogue Squadron book, so let's go with him.
All right.
We'll come back to this question. Let's get to this quickly. Annika Skywalker, thank you very much. That's just, come on, guys, can we write these a little bit better? What, Rick
Grizzlor, yeah.
I would love for you to tell me what those last
I think it's
two symbols are.
Grizb.
GRZYB?
GRZY. This is what we're dealing with here. What?
Grizzle.
Grizb. Grizzib.
Well, his friends probably call him Grizz.
Oh, Rick and Annika, thank you very much.
Annika, Grizz, thank you very much for your donations. I like Thrawn. Thrawn's a very interesting character.
I should read up on Thrawn.
Probably my favorite character.
Although he's about to disappear from canon anyway, so who cares?
That's true.
Oh yeah, he probably will, right? Because it's afterwards. They're probably gonna nix everything that comes after. Yeah. And because that's too bad. Maybe they're gonna put Thrawn in the movie.
That'd be cool.
I doubt it.
He'd have to be pretty good.
I might put Mara Jade in the movie. I've heard that.
Ooh, I remember her from the Star Wars.
Stop being such a skeptic.
I just don't. I just feel like they're like movies like to do. They're gonna go with their own thing. They're gonna come up with their own story. J.J. Abrams is gonna like, my thing.
Remember the Star Wars Master of
Terras
Kasai video
yeah,
game? And there was
PlayStation
that
1.
Tusken Raider named Hor.
Luke Skywalker versus Hor. What a terrible mistake.
H-O-A-R.
H-O-A-R. They named a character.
Anyway, my favorite is Hor.
Switching it up, going with Hor.
Tony Cat from earlier would like to apologize about her.
Drink. We have the Leia hologram.
Leia hologram. Stacey McGonigal, who will be stopping by, played the Leia hologram.
Yeah, we may be getting to know her a bit more in the future.
That's a non-spoiler spoiler.
Kind of.
Yeah, perhaps. Tony Cat wanted to apologize for her 456 versus 123 question earlier. Was just wondering what a havoc Jar Jar would wreak on a janitor's daily life.
Oh, I see. Now I like. If we could do a Jar Jar like makeup job, we could have a guy on stage like being Jar Jar.
Just being the worst. That would be.
I'd do it. I'd do it in a second. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And just make him the worst, and just have him and then just kill him a couple different times.
That's really
They
good.
do it a couple different ways.
Oh man, we messed up.
We messed up.
Season 4.
Season
4, we will have a Jar Jar character, and they will
But how? Come on. How are we gonna make like a Gungan? That's too hard. You can't.
Come on, there's ways.
We have so little.
Davin, can we do a Gungan character?
Davin, can you CGI an entire actual character who talks and stuff? No. He says no. See, this is what we have to work with.
But we're going to be doing Season 4 maybe a year from now.
Technology is expanding.
Will the technology not have expanded by then that we could do it?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, great. Do you need to address the camera?
The next time we're going to sync is when Luke says the word home.
Sure.
As in, that would
That's
lead them
what
back
we're
home.
Home. That's a pretty hammy performance right there.
So let's take a look at our nominations for a second here. We haven't had one yet
We haven't had one yet,
because this is pure classic stuff.
but I'm ready to put one thing in here at least. I don't know what it is, but let's get something on the board.
Yeah, we gotta have something up here. Cheesiest line. We missed Tosche Station Power Converters.
Did we miss it already?
Yeah.
No, they haven't had their meal yet.
No. Tosche Station Power Converters is when they're trying to buy C-3PO and R2.
Oh.
So he's like, I need you to take these droids.
Oh my god, I can't believe we missed that. We didn't even talk about it at all.
Well, we can talk about it now.
Alternate lines for, I'm going to the Tosche Station to pick up some power converters. Like, if you have an alternate line for that, we will read them.
Is that a cheesy line, though?
Blue milk, drink.
Blue milk.
Oh, blue milk, that's right. Thanks, Mike, keeping us honest. We're playing along at home, of course, the blue milk scene when LN6-K drinks the blue milk and spits it
Episode
all
102.
Yeah.
Are they eating noodles in this scene? I think they are.
I don't know. I was never able to spot the food.
I think there's noodles.
I do think that Aunt Beru was putting bok choy in that steamer
that was.
thing. though.
It is
Is
very.
there steam coming from the scene? Is there
I
steam
did.
coming from the
You know
hole?
what? There was steam earlier
There's noodles.
coming from the weird thing that was going like.
Yeah.
So we're talking.
Wait, does that happen yet? No, that hasn't happened yet. Because that's when Luke goes out to find R2.
When C-3PO emerges from the oil bath, there's steam.
Oh, I want to see that. I want. Does he ask about Ben Kenobi here?
Yeah.
Also thinking about our agreement.
It's a good
Staying on another season. And if these new droids do work out, I want to transmit my application to the Academy this year.
This year? What?
Next semester before the harvest.
The fucking harvest.
The harvest, man.
That's when he needs it the most.
We saw a whole movie about them setting up this moisture farm, and you're just gonna get right out of there?
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Those of you who have seen Baru and Owen, the movie.
I feel like every Luke line could go under.
So sorry, we missed it. I wanted to make a big deal about when Uncle Owen calls Ben Kenobi. That wizard's just a crazy old man. And I'm sure. Listen, I am sure that line was supposed to be, that man's just a crazy old wizard or something. He called him a wizard. Or when you'd be like, hey, what about that old guy Ben Kenobi? That wizard's just a crazy old man. He's a wizard? Wait, what?
He knew this was going to come up at some point. He'd been rehearsing that line in his head.
Yeah. Listen, that superhero is nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Wait a second. Are you kidding? Yeah.
That laser sword wielding wizard is no good.
What?
And don't get me started on his magic power. Definitely the most interesting guy in the world.
Man, and this guy just goes out and looks at two suns. Get out of here.
I love this part, though.
Yeah.
I always get shivers when I see
I don't even think we can have anything to put on here yet, do we?
Wow, I mean,
Hey, let's not rush. There's like 6 more hours of Star Wars to go here.
Well, this
we're
is
doing
just for a new
per
Hope.
movie.
Oh.
Per movie.
Okay, wait.
There might be some steam here when he comes out of the oil bath.
Oh, let's see if we get
Wait,
some
no,
steam.
that's already happened. No?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
has. They've already given
that's
the
early.
oil bath.
Write down
Oh, yeah, he's
oil
hiding.
bath.
Oil bath.
Write down oil bath.
Unconfirmed.
There's gotta be some steam.
Steam.
There's for sure steam floating around there. Also, you know what? That's kind of like coming out of a shower.
Yeah.
Like, that's
That's a steamy scene.
That's a nice steamy
If
scene.
you're into droids, you are into that scene.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you guys think of Mark Hamill as an actor in
let's
this
hear what it is
trilogy?
for a
Yeah, let's
Because-
strike the.
I watched
The joke
Star
was-
Wars with my wife, and she had watched. That was her first time. She just was stubborn, but she couldn't get past Mark Hamill's acting. She hated it. I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it too. It doesn't bother me. I don't think it's bad.
No, I don't know.
He definitely gets better as the movies go on too.
Yeah. I think he's great.
I don't know. Being someone who acts too, I have a hard time criticizing somebody else's acting, especially in front of other people, like in front of a live stream or something, because then people will just be like, "You're not any good either."
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Well, yes, fair, maybe not. Perhaps I'm not."
I thought it fits. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
the character's a little whiny. Like, that's okay. Like, what's the problem with that?
There
There it is. Here's some steam.
Yeah,
Steam,
look, Troy.
Throw that bok choy in that steamer. All right, let's go.
We're gonna get to these donations in 2 seconds. We do have to get to the bok choy first.
Yeah, the bok choy.
Really? Steamy scene is really coming along here.
Baru bok choy.
It's really tough to write.
Okay.
Baru bok choy.
Steamy.
Steamy scene.
Of course, our first view of the Tuscan Raiders here, the Sand People.
Don't shoot him yet. We'll hit him over the head.
Yeah.
Big thank you to Andrew House and Mike Wallace.
Oh, two solid names.
solid
Two solid North American names.
We were saying how much we liked all the
Yeah.
names that were hard to pronounce.
What do you turn into Don Cherry there all the
Yeah,
time?
I know.
For those of you who don't know, Don Cherry is the guy who comments on our hockey games, and he is an old man, and he doesn't like.
He's probably on about right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mike's gonna try and fix our bells, right? Yeah, let's
do
get
this?
to this. Get into this. Although this is also.
Well, you can reuse envelopes.
The first pizza's shown up too. Okay, great. Great question. First question is from Nerd Tech. Who designed the fish guys in Space Janitors?
Oh,
That is.
I had breakfast with them earlier
Yeah,
today.
it's very I'm always stoked when people ask about the Fishmen. Well, not just because I am the voice of one of them, but because it was my idea to get this guy to make them. John McCurley is an artist and comedian and performance artist and just amazing, talented guy. John McCurley.
I told him to come by, but he was nervous.
Also from our high school. Brendan and I went to high school together. Glenn went to the same high school as us, and we were all friends. And our friend John did that. He did a fabulous job. Fabulous job.
Yeah, Space Janitors really is we've all it's people who have worked together for so long and ended up collaborating on this one project, which was great.
We're talking about it today. We're thinking it's crazy how this is what we ended up doing. I mean, right now.
Yeah,
Lots of stuff
for
in the
now.
future. But,
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, exactly.
We're still
We are.
just wearing Star Wars t-shirts, watching Star Wars,
Eating
talking
pizza.
about Star Wars, eating
Yeah,
pizza,
steam whistle beer.
drinking steam whistles. So John McCurley did that. This is from Toilet Clogger in 1945. Clogging toilets for going for
Name it.
60 years.
Name of
Since
the day.
the Second World War.
Yeah. Question: if you could be any Star Wars character, who would you be? I mean, you have to resist saying Han Solo because it's so easy.
I might go back to my earlier comment about the expanded universe and say Wedge Antilles because he was a survivor, man.
Yeah, he was a survivor.
Yeah,
He was so cool.
He's a
too.
cool character. He
Yeah.
becomes a little grizzled.
Leader of the Rogue Squadron. I mean, that's fucking. Are we allowed to swear? Yeah, we can
Yeah,
swear, right? Shit.
I think we would swear. I think you gotta keep it a little.
She did say mother effer earlier, and I was like, well, I guess Brendan's not cursing.
Well, I didn't know. Can we swear? Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, man.
We should try not to.
Okay, we'll try not to. Okay.
I apologize.
So I guess good call, Brendan.
But yeah, for me, I think it'd be Wedge Antilles. I was a huge Boba Fett fan growing up, obviously. The special editions kind of ruined that for me, but
Do we get a new belt?
No, yeah, no, Mike is fixing it.
Mikey's fixing the belt.
I'm gonna go with I can't resist the ability to manipulate and use the Force. I think that's got to be one of the coolest things about it. So I'm gonna say Obi-Wan Kenobi.
good answer.
I'll be Obi-Wan, man. I'll be Master of the Force, be able to use my lightsaber.
Young Obi-Wan or old Obi-Wan?
Well, I mean, I don't want to be an old man, but I will go with original trilogy and say I'll say old Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay. And I'll go with Lando.
You own an entire Tibanna gas mining operation. That's quite good.
Yeah.
You become a general in the Rebel Alliance.
I do. And then I'm also good at gambling.
It didn't take much for Lando to convince him to be a general.
Yeah.
He was in an old battle.
I just picture the
battle
administrator
tonight.
or the secretary being a woman, and he just like, hello. 10 minutes later, he was a general.
General, like next to Admiral, like it doesn't get higher than that.
Yeah.
It's a movie for sure. Someone must have told him about my move, the Battle of Tanab. Either that or I slipped the waitress
The pizzas have shown up from Pizzaville. Thank you very much for Pizzaville.
Thanks, Pizzaville.
You think there's wings too?
Wow, I had
You
wings
got
like an
like
hour
so much stuff. Dude, in
Did
here.
we just smell in your hands?
Yeah, they smell like jerk
They
wings.
smell like wings.
Cheesy bread
bread.
Cheesy bread.
from
Cheesy bread.
Pizzaville.
Is Pizzaville a strictly Canadian outfit?
Yeah, we were looking into where they're
It's
from.
in the GTA.
All right.
It's pretty much everywhere, like in that Ontario area.
Okay, so it's a Southern Ontario
Whoa.
GTA style.
So if you
Classic
wanna-
cheese.
Kevin McAllister special.
Look at that hot, steaming, delicious pizza.
Pick yourself up some
And just
pizza.
don't look at Andy's face, just the pizza. There you go. There you go. So here you go, guys.
Thank
Great,
you.
thanks, Emma.
Enjoy your pizza.
Thank you.
Let's look for the one with stuff on it.
Let's do
Yeah.
let's do one more question here. What was any of your favorite episodes so far in Space Janitors that you've done?
Okay. I'm good for now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll get to that in a second. What? Chill out for a second. We're answering questions. What was your favorite episode? Well, let's not even do that you've done. I guess it's that you've done, but like, what's your favorite episode so far? What?
Great question. I have memories of being on set for, I guess it was last year's season finale with the, maybe it wasn't the finale, but the scene in the fish bar with you and the guy doing the puppets, that was so funny. And I remember getting to set that day and just seeing Scott in his fishing gear, and patting you at the bar, you were cracking each other up. It was a great atmosphere, so I don't know, seeing the puppets and that puppeteer, I don't know if you guys have mentioned, but he has a history.
Rob,
he did.
Two guys did the puppets. You did one, but the main puppet.
Oh wait.
Oh yes, the lightsaber scene.
Okay, so are we gonna drink the lightsabers? Are we doing the traditional drink? No, it's only the Space Janitors stuff.
This is the weapon of the Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster.
Oh, sick, right? Light it up.
We did have a lightsaber night.
Civilized.
Yes, we did. Oh, we're doing that too. Okay. Okay.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace, of justice.
Yeah, so the guy who did the
Rob
fish
Mills.
bartender, Rob Mills.
Rob Mills.
Legendary puppeteer.
Yeah, worked for Henson for a long time.
Worked for Jim Henson. Is Ludo in the Labyrinth? Is like in the costume of Ludo. He also played Junior Gorg on Fraggle Rock.
Oh, man.
Oh boy, Rob
Look
Mills.
on IMDb. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He also was back in the early '90s and stuff when they were doing a lot of facial animatronics and stuff. So there's a show called Dinosaurs, which you probably remember, Not the Mama. He did the face of Robbie the kid, and he did that for Donatello in Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just happened to be randomly watching Ninja Turtles 2 on like TV the other day.
I happened to be randomly watching the credits for Ninja Turtles.
The credits went up, and I was like, I don't know. I was watching it, and I saw Rob Mills. I was like, oh my god, that must be Rob. That's crazy. Anyways, he actually does a web series too, right?
Rufus the dog.
Rufus the dog. Check out his web series. He's an amazing puppeteer and really super cool guy.
He's doing a steampunk show right now too. That's all puppet.
That's right. It's
yeah.
steampunk based puppet show.
Yeah, he's the most accomplished person on the show.
I was like starstruck a little bit because
we found out what he had done and stuff. It was just like, oh. And you had to puppeteer next to him.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what you're doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Watching those bloopers again, where there were a bunch of puppet bloopers, like, man, Andy really eased into that pretty well.
Well, thank you. I was being basically taught by this,
master.
Back to the question though, what was your favorite episode?
My favorite episode is probably that one too. I think mostly because I just, like Glenn was saying, I just remember all the extra stuff we were doing. That or the beard one.
Yeah,
Beard's good.
The Pious Dunes one I love too.
Yeah. I think my favorite episode is probably. I actually really like the second episode of the first season.
Oh yeah, the Sabato.
Yeah,
Sabato.
I think that's when we established the tone of the show and how much heart that the show actually had. That it wasn't just necessarily a vehicle for jokes and references, but it was like, no, these are characters who like each other, and there's heart, and that moment at the end with Edith, and she's switched the thing, and it just cuts back to her. She doesn't say anything. It's just a knowing glance. I'm like, there it is. That's the show.
The effects in that, the whole Sabato interface, if you will,
so
which is based on a weird.
Yeah, Dr. Sabato's like a weird old game.
Sabatso?
Automated psychiatrist.
Yeah, so it was just a program that would like answer your basic questions, like could answer yes or no questions or something.
Right. Pull one up.
I can't remember what it was. No, it was like a voice testing program. For
if you can pull that up, we'll put it back here. And
it's funny because I got to write. I was the first one to write the name of it, and I just wrote Sabato, which is a direct reference to Anthony Sabato Jr.
Antonio
Sabato Jr. Hunk of the mid to late 90s. Hollywood hunk. Love this scene, by the way. Here we are.
Let's turn up the scene. Let's watch this.
We're in the Death Star meeting room here.
Huge sideburns all around.
I just received word that the Emperor has dissolved the Council permanently.
Are those drinks in front of them, or are they just like...
The Old Republic has been swept away.
I think those drinks.
Now the Emperor will take control. That will be opposite. The regional governors now make direct control. Fear.
I love this part so much because it hints at this incredibly complex government in the galaxy that we never see or care about or don't need to. But just the hinting at it is so amazing.
It's perfect. Yeah, and in the prequels,
the prequels were like, let's explore that. Yeah. Let's explore the bureaucracy.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
The opening scene is the textbook of the galactic politics.
Yeah, exactly.
Is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror.
I also like how Darth Vader isn't a top guy.
Yeah, that's
so good. Yeah. It would have been so easy to have him sitting on a throne inside of a volcano and running everything, which is what George Lucas originally wanted him to be doing.
Fair enough.
I'm reading the making of Empire Strikes Back right now, and you're supposed to see his castle in a mountain of lava.
Now, okay, so it looks like, answer me this, guy. Do you think that Vader had done this a lot before, Force choked a lot before? Because they seem a bit taken aback. Do you think it got ramped up because he started feeling Luke's presence and he started choking people willy-nilly?
Guy in the background, this white here, this guy in the white,
I believe Moff Wolfman, I believe is his name.
What? Really?
The guy that was choked is named Admiral Mott.
This was big in Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. You had to know that.
Yeah, you had to know that stuff. Yeah, you have to know all the names of the rebel leaders and the imperial leaders if you're going to do anything in that game.
We're coming up to our next sync moment here too. Well, Lucas.
Home.
Oh, okay.
Home.
These are the same Jawas that sold us our Twinkie. And these.
In a very good and fun way, it's really hard for me to not to hear the scene, see the scene, and not think of the Saturday Night Live sketch where they have different people auditioning for.
That's a great sketch.
Great sketch, and it's
Walter Matthau.
It's Kevin Spacey doing Walter Matthau, and I can only ever hear Kevin Spacey doing Walter Matthau as those lines.
Tried by
And people meant to hide their numbers. What kind of picture is this?
Yeah. More money.
Great bit.
4
big donation.
Thank you, John Sutton. Thank you, Benjamin Jurgensen. Thank you, Uli Kempken.
Uli, our main guy Uli.
Our main man Uli, yeah. What's that from?
Uli Konko.
Yeah, the
visual artist.
Yeah, Big Lebowski. And Tony Jorgensen.
A lot of Scandinavian presence here. Loving it.
European, repping hard right now.
What we call Europe here in Canada.
Yeah. Not in bin, man.
That's
anywhere else.
We've got to put our envelopes there, man.
Sometimes where you put things.
Put them down there somewhere. Who cares?
Thank you to the 4 of you. Thank you, John, Benjamin, Uli, Tony. Great stuff. What? We got more. 2 more. David Richards.
Oh, so we just also missed quickly. More important than this. Dead Baru and Owen. Gross.
This is more important.
You're right.
Oh, yes. How will they star in a sequel? David Richards and Travis Smith. Thank you very much, David, Travis. Stand-up gentlemen. Are you going to update us of what numbers we're at when we get to like a significant one? I got 2 thumbs up on that.
More questions?
More questions.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yadabub says, "How moist is your space station?"
They mean like our house?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Is that like
I don't
slang?
need to dehumidify.
Is that slang?
Is that slang for how cool is your house?
Yeah.
Man, how moist is your station? I don't know. You're pretty moist. You're pretty head up in this.
Yo, man, I got dew in my house. Yo, y'all know about the morning dew?
You know what's something we might not be known to our European and American.
Yeah, you guys don't do this. That's weird.
Okay, so check this out. So we got pizza, Pizzaville, great place. Get your pizza from there if you're in the Toronto area. Here in Canada, whenever you order pizza, you get dipping sauce. Now, I'm not sure, but I think that's a thing unique to Canada, right?
Is it? Tell us.
I don't know.
If it is.
I know when I go to the States, I've never had
Give
dipping
us a
sauce.
comment, yeah. Yeah, traditional flavors, roasted garlic, cheddar
Jalapeno,
jalapeno,
cheddar, yeah.
ranch.
You can do a marinara.
You do a marinara.
Dipping sauce. Canada only? That's the topic of right now.
It might be a Canada thing because I'm
Mos Eisley.
pretty sure Pizza innovated it, but Pizzaville.
Scum and villainy. We did that too.
That's right, Pizzaville perfected it.
Look at this helmet.
By hiring Hellmans.
Blair Beveridge. We know Blair Beveridge.
Blair?
Blair.
Exclusively from Twitter.
Webisode Watch is the name of his series.
Webisode Watch?
Webisode Watch.
Oh, great.
He does a show.
Check it out.
He does.
What kind of show?
A review show. It's interviewed us. Yeah, it's like a review show.
Never interviewed me.
Oh.
Blair, what's up, man? I'll be on your show. Let me
I
know.
just don't recognize his, I don't know, actual name.
No, I know that. No. Me and Blair, we tweet about the Leafs.
I know
and
it.
stuff. Hey, Andy, did you ever play Star Wars CCG in any tournaments?
No, because I got into Star Wars CCG much later. It was it was 10 years out of print when I started getting into it. So this was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, because then you got me into it, and I was picking up cards, but you had to pick them up on Kijiji or Craigslist or something, because nobody sells them anymore. Really, you can buy buy
singles.
singles.
You can buy singles. You can buy some stuff. It's just like, yeah, it was a little more cost effective because people, if you just found it on Craigslist or whatever, I found this old box of Star Wars cards. I don't even give a shit about it here. So yeah, they got rid of it.
You swore.
Swear jar. Should we have a swear jar?
We should have a swear jar.
We should have a swear jar.
And you have to put money into it, and that goes towards the show.
Kickstarter. I'm super into that. I'm fine with that.
Can we get a jar? Anyone? Does anyone have a
Or we
jar?
put one piece of pizza in the jar, and then whoever swears the most has to eat all of it at the end.
That's not as beneficial to the
I
show.
don't know about that.
Oh, here we
No,
go.
go to the cantina. Okay, quickly.
Crank the music.
Name all of these guys.
I can't. The music is copyrighted, sir.
Oh, Davin, way to be a real pooper. Okay, I don't know that guy. I don't know.
Luke Skywalker, C-3PO.
It's been so long since I played. So, anyways, I didn't play any tournaments. I just played pretty casually, but it's awesome. It's great. There's still a players committee that keeps the game going and puts out new sets and stuff.
We did shoot a Space Invaders.
Yeah, they do virtual cards now, right?
Virtual cards, and you can download them and like overlay them on and print them out and overlay them on your old cards and actually play with the new stuff.
Cool.
And some of the the game is good. Like it still is good, and those guys do a great job of protecting it. Whenever they come out with new sets, they only.
Picking it hard, but you had to pick them up.
I guess we're gonna try something.
This is disruptive.
Sorry, give it a moment.
Anyways, what was I saying? Is they only print like 100 card sets now or something like that, so they don't they're not flooding it. Anyways, it's great.
We shot a Space
Dan
Invaders
Boren was just on there. He was the astronaut-looking guy. Anyways.
Bonus feature that never saw the light of day, where we tried to spoof another Geek and Sundry show that you two were just on. If you haven't watched it, check it out.
That's right.
Tabletop. But it didn't. I don't know. I think if I cut it a little more, it could work. Maybe we'll show it to you guys later at some point, just for fun.
That's true. We had a thing where it was us playing Star Wars CCG, trying to explain it to people, but it was so hard.
So hard, yeah.
And that was our joke.
The whole premise of the thing.
So we've hit a milestone.
Milestone.
Oh, we're gonna watch the milestone video.
We hit $55,000.
We just hit $55,000 from the Kickstarter campaign, which is great because that's Second Science B. So I guess Elliott's back in season 3.
You know I'm gonna be an astronaut. Great royalty-free music. Huge. So you wanna be an astronaut? You wouldn't know whether. Oh, swear jar. Here we go. Here, let's move some of this great Pizzaville product off the table.
Yeah.
Swear jar.
Oh, arm chopping off.
Oh,
Arm chopping off. That's a direct reference.
When they chop that arm off, it looks like concave on the inside. Though.
I know, it looks
Weird,
like it's hollow on the inside. Yeah, I've always noticed that too.
We're about to.
Casualness.
We are about to get to the.
This happens every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Kenobi knows.
Kenobi knows.
He goes into this
Listen,
place.
Kenobi's been hanging out here for a long time. He's probably frequented
This is
bar.
like there's way worse things he's done in that bar than cut some guy's arm off.
That isn't even close. I do love how also the dewback in the background that they really accentuated in the special editions. But when I watched it originally, I never noticed that thing back there. He's right. You never noticed that. You were right about that, George Lucas.
That's Harrison Ford. He played Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
Same guy.
Oh,
you're
wow.
right. Yeah,
And his most famous role, Jack Ryan.
Farsex.
Phil Kessel.
Phil the Kessel Run.
Kessel.
Luke, so skeptical during this whole thing.
There's a bunch of things I've kind of wondered about in this scene, and one of them is I'm not talking about the big Imperial slug cruisers. Is he talking about Star Destroyers?
I think he is.
Yeah, I'm talking about the big Corellian ships now. What are the big Corellian ships?
I would assume they were built on.
I thought he was talking about that.
But hey,
I thought the slug cruisers are just like some shitty cruisers that are lying around. Oh, that's Swear Jar.
you have money.
You have
money. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm hearing some dimes.
What do you think? Quarter in the Swear Jar?
Yeah.
No.
Quarter in Swear Jar.
F-bomb's $1.
F-bomb's $1. S-bomb is
S-bomb's
25.
So the S-bomb's are 25. Damn.
Dick is nothing too because
Dick is
we
nothing,
use that in
we
the
say
show
that in
all
the
the
show.
time.
Yeah.
For some reason, we just say that.
Yeah,
For some reason, that's okay on our show.
okay on our
One
show.
of the vernacular of Space Jam.
Jeff LePere, everyone.
Hey, where is that guy?
I don't know.
He's on his way to Cuba.
Oh, right. He's going to Cuba right now. Okay. I was
Which
thinking
is something for American friends that we can do. We can go there.
Yeah,
We're allowed to go to Cuba.
People don't make a big deal about it when we go to Cuba, unlike Jay-Z and Beyonce. They get really est on.
Yeah. There you go. We're also coming up to the Greedo, Han Greedo shoots first thing.
Yeah, we're gonna pay attention to that when that happens. because that's important.
Now,
We'll use that as a syncing moment, ladies and gentlemen. So as
When
soon
Han
as you
shoots
see
first.
Han shoot, we will sync.
Okay, why don't you just drop off a message that says that next time? I'm just messing with you, bud. Okay, just from now on, everything in a message form?
Well, we'll get to these after this. Let's watch this whole scene.
Okay. Now, George Lucas says that Han always shot first.
That's the way he intended it.
That's
and then
what
it got,
he
it
says.
got lost. So let's watch.
Let's see, right here. Let's see what happens.
Looks like he's about to shoot. Looks like he's getting ready to do it.
Even I get bored sometimes. Do you think I had a choice?
No, I know.
I screwed it up. Lucas says Greedo always shot first. That's what
Right.
Yes, I bet you have.
See, originally, so that was just a flash.
Yeah.
Greedo's dead, so there's no question.
There's no question. They didn't do that at the same time.
No,
Yeah,
they
how
did
did
not.
Greedo miss?
Han shot first.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
question.
I'm sick of this argument anyway. Who cares? Han killed him.
Yeah, Han killed him, and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Doesn't matter who started it.
Yeah.
It matters who finishes it.
Finished it.
It's a good TIE fighter.
Whenever I'd watch this with my dad, he'd be like, "There's no sound in space."
Ruined the movie for me. How's that even happening?
Yeah.
Well, now he would know now if he watched Space Janitors that could have been their space horn.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This is a question from Ardenived. Question: Your opinion when showing someone Star Wars for the first time, what order? Okay,
Great
this is interesting.
question.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6.
We've talked about this only because
Super random.
we've talked about this a lot because a lot of our friends are having kids.
Yeah, it's true.
So they have to think about how they're going to introduce the trilogy, and I think
The most important parenting question there is.
very much so.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go 4, 5, 6, and then if they wanted to watch the prequels,
No, you're right.
yeah,
Just 4, 5, 6.
yeah.
But if you are actually thinking of introducing the prequels, I think you gotta go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Because that's the order in which they were released in, and so that's like the order that pop culture experienced them in. And I think that is more important than seeing everything in like chronological order from the story.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like if you want to teach your kids about Italy, if you're like prequel wise,
Yes,
you take them to the Olive Garden, and those are the prequels. If you want to show them the real thing, you go to Italy.
You go to Italy. Real big difference.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
These weird sprites are making me feel weird.
This is from YHC Tower. Other than the Star Wars movies, what are your favorite sci-fi movies?
Oh, that's a good question.
This is at Doc Janitor now. The janitor. He calls himself the janitor.
Well, the
I think.
janitor.
Oh wait, maybe this guy doesn't. Anyway, good night.
Brendo?
Yeah.
You, go.
Oh, okay. My favorite science fiction. My favorite movie in general is Blade Runner. I love that movie. I could just sit and watch it all day. Right. It's super cool. It's like it's so well done for like it's not overblown or anything. It's such a subtle movie, but it's shot like the production design is amazing and the characters are awesome and the world is incredible. And Blade Runner. Blade Runner is probably
Blade Runner, one of the greats.
One of the greats. Bob Heater, one of the greats.
Bob Heater, one of the greats. I'm gonna have to go with the Alien franchise, most specifically Alien and Aliens. Those, man, I don't know. For my money, sci-fi horror just doesn't get better than both those movies for different reasons too. It doesn't get more suspenseful than the first Aliens, and that the feeling of being like locked on that station and you know everything going so wrong and everything. And then Aliens is just an amazing action movie with the
takes it to the next level.
Takes it to the next level, man. And just the noise.
Scenes of them just loading up with massive guns and stuff. And you're
just,
like, whoa, cool.
Don't you love the noise that the guns
Hey, swear
make?
jar, swear jar.
What did I say?
You said the F word.
Did I?
Yeah. You said it again.
I hate this idea already.
That's 2 loons.
Yeah, that's 2 loons.
$2.
I'm not gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
I'll do this for the first
I'm
little
just
bit.
gonna shut up.
I'm just gonna, yeah. But I love the noise that the guns make in Aliens. I think it's amazing.
That's great.
That's hard. I'll go
Moon thing. Preference. Of this
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
not
right.
me.
to agree. I was gonna say Serenity, the Firefly movie. That was like in my mind. It was so recent and great.
One of those for me too, please.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to go past Star Wars. For sci-fi, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Is it? No, it isn't.
I mean, better
In terms of favorite.
Oh yeah, you mean to think of like what are like other favorites?
Right.
Yeah.
I have so many.
Well,
other
why don't we go
favorites.
through what are the commonly thought of as being the
Well, I also it came
Star
to
Trek movies.
It came to
Yeah.
Star Trek
Like-
movies were the other ones.
some
I
would
wanted
say
to
Wrath
mention.
of Khan, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo 13, of course.
I'll say Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country's cool. Yeah, I like it.
I love Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
That was the movie that actually introduced me to Star Trek. Period. The Next Generation was on, but I never really watched it. I saw Undiscovered Country and was like, wicked.
Yeah.
You know,
You
like
have my attention.
yeah, exactly. Pink blood.
You know what I hated? The Search for Spock.
Ooh, not great.
Woof.
Christopher Lloyd though, as a Klingon.
Well, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, of course.
Back to the Future, yes, science fiction movie.
Science fiction movie.
Technically speaking.
Not in space, of course, but
No.
this is the scene with this is like Peter Cushing, by the way.
Oh.
Like,
Since you are reluctant
what a get for this movie that
the
this
location of
was,
the rebel
right?
base, I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Ordine.
What?
You're gonna do what?
Yeah, can you imagine? My whole planet? Why?
You're gonna send some ships in and like blow up a few of the administrative buildings, right?
Yeah. Well, he's playing, but he's playing super hardball.
It's
Like,
the hardest ball that has ever been played in film history.
yeah.
Who else has ever wiped out an entire planet?
Yeah. So she lies. She
lies.
knows they're not there too.
She also knows that the Rebel Alliance is more important than any one planet, even if it is Alderaan.
But something I didn't get about this, the characters in Star Wars sometimes seem like they're psychopaths. Because so many people die, Leia's whole planet gets blown up, and she's just like, hooray, when they win. It's like, you know, like...
Drake? Okay, yeah, you're right. And we have that exact.
We have that exact board.
Haven't you always wondered what the flashing lights on the back of every sci-fi panel ever in the world is? Like,
Yeah.
What have you ever walked into a room and there's just a flashing light up there?
My dad-
Oh, that has a function.
My dad's office is kind of like that.
We're coming up to another one,
Pretty
too.
cool office.
Here's another question. What do you usually eat for lunch on set? Or do you go out, or do you go out, or do you eat from a lunchbox? Elaborate.
Great question.
I'll tell you what. All you have to do is pay attention to any of us on Twitter while we're shooting.
Yeah.
That's all we talk about on Twitter is what's for lunch.
And you'll hear us talking
The lunch
about
spreads
it.
are always amazing. It's catered.
It's catered.
We've all been on a lot of sets with a lot of catering. The Space Janitors food is the
Drink
best.
the ball.
The ball.
There's always like a big roasted meat. There's a fish option.
There's meat. There's always a fish option.
Potato, a starch. Cakes.
Yeah, like a noodle option.
I feel so terrible. I forget.
Yurgo.
Our boy Yurgo. So good. He makes the best food. He's amazing.
And his snacks, you think a snack is a granola bar. He'd come to you with a bowl of chili.
Comes with either a bowl of chili and like a pulled pork sandwich, and you're like, this is
best.
my before meal snack. This is amazing.
Yeah. The food is incredible. We have a game on set every day before lunch. The game is
sorry, drink because droids out of their pull arms out of their sockets. Genitals. This one pulls genitals out of their sockets.
Right. We have a game called What's for Lunch Today? Is it a weird salmon? I was wondering if it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be like a weird salmon. Salmon like a weird sauce. So that's what we eat. We eat the best food.
Yeah, it's
The
always
greatest.
If any of you ever have the chance to visit Say, stick around for lunch.
Some of you do have the chance to visit set.
For those of you,
it is a Kickstarter bonus benefit.
That was a good selling point for that perk.
If you want to do the Kickstarter perk,
Davin's very impressed that we remembered that and remembered to plug the Kickstarter.
or if it's the Kickstarter thing where you just get to come on set and like visit, be in the show or whatever, it's worth it for the food. I'm telling you.
The food alone. Come for the meal.
Yeah.
Let's get
Also, have we answered this question
Has
yet?
anyone answered?
Has anyone answered this
dipping
question?
sauce?
Dipping sauce?
Is dipping sauce in the United States?
Only
We want to hear
Japan.
from you, UK, Spain, whatever, man.
Japan, Russia,
Yeah.
United States
Far
of
East,
America.
Mideast.
Bolivia, holla at me. Question. What is your favorite Star Wars bad guy?
I'll start us off. Jabba the Hutt.
The other day I was at work, I thought, imagine what Jabba would look like with a beard.
Yeah.
It looked all right.
You probably look pretty good.
And then I pictured there was a scene before the Jabba's palace where Leia had to shave.
Leia has to
As
perform
part of her
hot
slave
shave.
duties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah. Yeah, she has to shave him and then like shine his one shoe he puts on his
little
his
tiny
tail. Yeah.
Because he's going into
Tiny shoe.
town.
Yeah.
He's going into town that day. We have to look nice.
He'd look good with a monocle too or something.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
a little hat,
hat,
a
yeah.
scarf maybe.
Yeah, classy Jabba.
Vader is like obviously the best,
Mhm.
but when I was a kid, the first thing I ever saw of Star Wars was Jedi, and the thing that I gravitated towards was the scene in Jabba's palace, and of course Jabba himself. So I gotta say Jabba.
No, I guess going on my earlier comment, I might say Boba Fett. And I mean, as a bounty hunter, I guess you consider him a neutral character. He's just doing his job.
That's true, man. He's just a working man.
And mine is Lando.
Lando is
Kind of a
he is
villain.
simultaneously the best hero and villain.
Yep. He
He's
switches.
the best
Right.
one to be both.
Just like Ferris Bueller. I'll expand on that later.
Yeah.
Mike Connigan would like to know, what is your favorite fish movie?
What's the one with the
Gone Fishing?
Yeah, I was gonna
Danny
say Gone Fishing. Danny DeVito, Joe Pesci,
Joe Pesci,
and
Danny DeVito.
no, and Danny Glover.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. The only
Fish Called
fish-
Wanda,
Fish Called
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo's
In
good.
real life, it's Finding Nemo. That movie's good.
I don't
Big
think I've
Fish,
ever
yeah.
seen it. Big Fish. I like Big
Good.
Fish.
Yeah, I like Big Fish.
A lot of people I know crap on that movie.
That's good.
Big
It's
Fish
all
is good. Big Fish is a good time.
We have a friend. He's really tall. He's like how tall is Charles? He's like 6'7" or whatever. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
He's the tallest person
He's
in
not
the
that
world.
tall, maybe. He's the tallest person in the world.
6'7".
No,
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 way. He's like
whatever.
my height.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
6'3",
He's taller than you.
6'2".
Anyways, he's really tall. And there's a part of Big Fish where the giant's like, I just get so hungry. And then our friend Charles told us like, I understand how that guy feels. Like I really get that. It's like, yeah, man, you're a tall dude.
Here's an interesting question. I feel like this is going to spur some conversation here. What, Emma, you got something?
Love Chewbacca's got his little headset.
Bring it in. Donations come first. Donations always come first.
Donations.
Ding, ding. Whoa, the bell works.
Mike Fly, everyone.
Mike Fly, everyone.
Regular
Mike Fly.
job on, am I right?
Sets up lights, fixes bells. Thank you very much to Todd Schoening,
Look at this name.
and Fritz Froelich.
Hey, Fritz, they got dipping sauce there in Germany or what?
Yeah, man, Fritz. What's the dipping sauce
In your
situation
corner
there?
of the world, when you order a pizza, is it
Can
customary?
you order a pizza there? Is pizza big?
Pizza's everywhere. Is it customary to receive a sauce to dip your crust in?
Oh, yes.
No, I don't mean. We don't mean for free. We mean it's extra. You got to pay for it. It's 89 cents or something.
80 cents.
Yeah.
Dip our crust in raisin. Yeah. Fritz.
Nice German accent.
Yeah. Well, what kind of accent was that? Fritz, Todd, thank you so much. Thank you so much for donating.
Amazing. Thank you.
Here's a cool question I like. Do you think the bar's discrimination against droids stems from the Clone Wars?
Ooh.
Why don't they allow droids in there? Do you know? Is there a
We
reason?
don't serve their kind here.
Yeah.
Because when they drink it, they malfunction and they set fires on themselves.
Because I don't drink, so we can't serve them.
Yeah, like droids. Why would a droid need to be served?
All they do is hog the jukebox and everything.
Hey, can I get a tall ale? No, you stupid droid. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. Why? Fine. Give me a motor oil and let me be.
Yeah, they have to go to the droid bar, which is just like oils.
I think it's a pretty dumb thing if you think about it.
I think it's completely reasonable if they don't let droids in.
Why?
Well, they don't eat. Just like you said, they don't drink, they don't eat. It's a business at the end of the day.
I guess they're just
Take
taking
all
up
the
room.
jobs. Yeah.
It's bananas that this
Yeah.
movie was made in 1977.
Yeah,
This
you're
looks
right.
better than a lot of stuff that comes out today.
Scene right now here of the Falcon and the
Falcon in the
hangar bay, which is we basically just stole that set, so we'll get to that.
I know, if you want to get technical about it, we got a Dark Lord too.
I mean that's a reference.
What We should be chugging for Darth Vader's lungs.
Well, that guy's got a cape on, and we have,
space.
Yeah, so I feel like droids aren't allowed in just because they're cheap with their money.
Yeah, and I think
they don't require anything.
I just like I kind of like that they established at that point that well, I mean they did before. I mean droids are essentially slaves in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
And makes reference to that.
But they're like, it seems like they're straight up like they know what's going on. They're sentient beings. Like like it's so wrong. But like you never even think about it. It's fine.
Great. I want to get to this right away. From Caitlin Lammers, 2 questions. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? Go.
I gotta go Empire Strikes Back.
I'm gonna go with my gut and say A New Hope.
And mine is Lando.
No, really,
Empire Strikes Back. And what is your favorite scene from Star Wars: A New Hope?
Ooh, I love.
We're watching this movie
Watching it right now. This is a great one.
I love the sequence that begins in the coming up where Han and Luke dress as stormtroopers. That takes you into the garbage compactor, and then I don't know. I love that. That brings back childhood memories. The garbage compactor scene.
I love the cantina. I just love the whole cantina thing. Meeting Han Solo, meeting Chewbacca, seeing Kenobi just be so cool about everything.
The trench run too.
Trench run. I think trench run's probably my favorite.
I love that we all picked different ones.
Trench run. Trench run for sure.
I will also say with an asterisk that my favorite Star Wars movie fluctuates.
Oh yeah,
and is different ones at different times.
Here's a question from King Twit. He wants to know, if Han Solo was such a great smuggler, why didn't he smuggle himself out of the cantina without murdering that poor repo man?
Well, first of all, calling him a repo man is sugarcoating it a little bit.
Yeah.
He was there to murder him.
He is not an early 90s wrestler.
Yeah, that's right. He's not Smash from Demolition repackaged.
As a repo man.
Yeah. I think as we saw, killings at the cantina is no big deal. It's an everyday occurrence.
No, they didn't care.
He smuggled that blaster shot underneath the table and delivered it to Greedo.
The blaster was kept extremely quiet.
Yeah.
Until it was...
smuggling that blaster. So really, he is the world's greatest smuggler. It's just a matter of what is he smuggling.
Anytime Chewie flips out, I love it. All right, I gotta read this one now.
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to read this one.
Okay. Oswald.
Hang on.
Oh,
money.
Okay. It's a money in.
849, Scott Graham, you are the 849th donor. We also have the 850th donor.
Woo!
There's only 150 away from 1,000.
Let's do a homemade milestone ourselves right now.
Okay.
Wait, I guess I didn't name it.
We've also hit 56,000.
56,000.
That's amazing. Remember 56K modems? Is that a thing?
Thank you very much to Kevin and Drebo. You are the 850th guy who got us to 56K.
For being that person.
Boom. 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 So you want to be an astronaut?
We will send you personally a 56K modem.
And an autograph 8x10
of a 56K modem.
Yeah. Obi-Wan here instilling a little confidence in Luke. I love it.
I also like how quickly the door goes up and down.
Yeah, but I also love that you can tell that there was like, okay, stand still while we do this.
Yeah.
So they have like, so he's like, okay. Okay, Oswald Cobblepot, so the penguin writing us here. I have a question. If you had a chance to do a licensed, big-budget Star Wars movie, what will it be about? Continuation of Luke and Leia's story? Admiral Thrawn? Knights of the Old Republic times? Or something totally different?
Ooh. I'll start. I think you gotta go different.
First of all, this is a fantastic question.
This is a great question. I feel like we could stream 8 hours just answering this question.
I think the most interesting thing that they can do in these new ones is come up with something that we're not going to expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, it's going to have to be somewhat of a.
But does he mean a new one, or if we had free license to make a big
we got a license to do a Star Wars movie.
Doesn't have to be the next one. Can be any Star Wars.
Exactly.
Keep it in the universe, but do something entirely different. There's a lot of stories to be told.
I really like how in like the current games that they're making and stuff, they're spending a lot of time on the scum and villainy side of things.
Yeah.
So I would like to see like a really cool like 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 a gangster type, something set in the more gangstery world of the Star Wars universe. Which I think that that game that they canceled, that Star Wars. You remember that Star Wars 1313?
Yeah.
That looked amazing, and they're not. For all we know now, have canceled it and are not making it anymore.
You're right. Like 1313 looked good and everything. I've learned to just not get my hopes up about Star Wars games because
most of them are not very good.
KOTOR, Knights of the Republic games, great, right? You got BioWare at the helm. Those games are sick.
Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, that kind of stuff.
I'll just jump in real.
Those games are always like okay,
wait, that was more than okay.
No, they're good. They're good. Like I played the crap out of those games. But to this, I just want to say. I always feel like in the Star Wars universe, whenever they break off and try and do something completely new, I'll just wait till Brennan gets a slice here. They always find a way that they feel like they have to wedge something in from the original trilogy.
It's totally true.
Or take a small reference and explode it huge. And I
don't need to do.
You don't need to do that. So I feel like go off on your own thing, make your own completely different Star Wars universe movie. I think it could be really, really great.
We were talking about just a second ago. Toilet Clogger 1945 is back, and he wanted to know what our favorite Star Wars video game is.
Perfect. Okay. That's something.
I like Super Star Wars. Again, mostly for nostalgia reasons, which is part of why Star Wars has made billions of dollars over the last few years. So I'll go with that.
I like Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast.
Oh,
Jedi Knight 2, right?
Dark Forces 2, Jedi Outcast.
I'll also reference Rebel Assault 2 for the PC, which is actually terrible, but a lot of memories.
Yeah.
I think it's Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
Yeah.
Is that the Vader clone? The guy where you're the Vader.
No, that's Force Unleashed.
Those were the best trailers ever.
Those games are good too. Like they're not bad games. It's just that they just never quite delivered what you want to do, which is just go on a Star Wars adventure. Although they are very good. Man, I think mine's got to be Knights of the Old Republic. I don't think it gets.
Mine might be too, but I didn't play that for a console. I have it for my iPad right now, and I'm trying to play it, but controls on an iPad are always just like, oh god, it's real.
Yeah.
You really got to work for it.
What about the original arcade game with the wireframe? Remember, me and you played that in the organ grinder in Toronto when we were like
old restaurant
7 years old.
Organ grinder, yeah.
Anyway, that's a memory.
That's a memory.
I got another question here from Ka99999990.
Okay.
How do you think the original Star Wars movies would have ended if everyone was Canadian? In brackets, entire future past galaxy of Canadians. So everyone is Canadian. Well, I'll tell you that Alderaan certainly wouldn't have got blown out.
No way, man. We would have played them we would have just played them in a very intense Soviet versus Canada style hockey game.
It's an 8-game
where Bobby Clark would have slashed someone's ankle off.
It would have been violent, but it would have been.
It would be less aggressive, but more passive aggressive.
That's the thing. Like Canadians aren't not aggressive. It's just that we keep our aggression
in check.
In a specific.
We know when to
venue.
use it. We know
Think about it, like
the war.
George St. Pierre.
The war.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
I'm talking about World Wars 1 and 2.
That's true. Canada played large
Vinny
part of
Ridge.
wars. World War I especially.
Yeah.
St. Pierre, you got like one of the best mixed martial artists in the world. Canadian.
Our main
Hockey
sport
is easily the most violent sport in North America.
I think football's more violent.
You think football's more violent than hockey? There's not fighting in football.
Doesn't matter. The only way to stop the play is to crush a person and haul them down.
Yeah, but
the only way to stop someone from doing the thing.
I disagree.
It's the whole game.
Any sport that allows fighting is inherently more
Americans,
violent.
your thoughts? Which is the more violent sport?
I say
football.
Myself. Brandon, read them out if you got the money.
Thank you very much to Michael Charles, Tom Sver Haglund, and Prone Bozo, friend of Space Janitor. Pronobozo. Friend of Space Janitor.
Is Pat. He lent us the camera.
Oh, amazing.
Our red camera?
Yeah, red.
Thank you so much for that red camera. That's why season 2 looks so great.
Funniest part.
One of the funniest parts.
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Your conversation anyway.
Well, we're in company.
Online.
We've never, Luke, we're going to have company. No one's really taking it on lines at all.
If you guys see the alternate lines, like, give them to us, there's also one more question here from Connor Donahue. Don't know if this has been asked, but what would ye, guessing he meant to say you, what would ye like to see in episode 7? That is something I hope we're going to be discussing throughout the night, but way to spark us there, Connor. It's a tough question to answer, too.
Probably the three of us.
Oh, yeah, that'd
Love
be
to
great.
see that.
Love to be featured.
Yeah, it'd be an honor. I would like to see a return to the low tech Star Wars universe. I don't want to see sleek Naboo fighters and racist.
I don't need
aliens.
5 different planets. I don't need a water world. Just give me a story.
Give me a story.
And that's why I think Abrams is probably the man for the job. He knows how to tell a story. I think.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to feel classic. I just want it to feel classic again.
Yeah.
Which Super 8, right?
Yeah.
Super 8 felt that way to me.
Yeah.
I
felt like tracking shots of kids riding bikes in the 80s is just like, you're like, that's what this movie is.
Say what you will about Super 8, but I think they nailed the tone and like the look of that movie. Like,
Abrams knows tone.
Just for everyone to know, the next time we're going to sync up the movie with our stream here is when they deactivate the tractor beam.
Boom. Yeah.
That's when we'll do the next sync, so that you were in sync watching what we were watching, and we're about to get to the garbage monster.
Ooh, yeah.
Who is a dick?
Who's a dick?
If you've ever been watching Space Janitors, you know that the garbage monster thinks.
We put garbage monster equals dick back here.
Garbage monster loves to pull guys under the water. He thinks it's super funny.
I'm also very disappointed that no one's getting back to us about this dipping sauce question.
Yeah,
it's easily the biggest question of the night.
It's a mystery that I would like solved.
Just a simple yes or no. Put your region. St. Louis.
No.
That's all you have to do.
Cincinnati.
No.
Cincinnati. No.
Los Angeles. Yes.
Cork, Ireland. No. Like, do it.
Do it.
Oh, here. This is great. Came in here. You didn't have a plan for getting us out?
You were making the remark earlier. I'm going to let her say it first.
Go ahead.
This is a steamy scene, though, too.
Yeah,
right? Steamy scene. Let's go.
Yeah.
Into the garbage chute, Flyboy. A lot of steam going around here. We got to get out of this place. Getting too hot and too wet.
We're going to save our skins.
Now, that could be smoke. Could that be smoke?
Doesn't matter. Smoke is a type of steam.
Smoke is a type of steam.
Or steam is a type of smoke?
Actually, very different.
Yeah, man.
Have we come up with a cheesy performance or a hammy or a cheesy line or a hammy
Hamill's
performance?
about to ham it up when he's yelling at C-3PO to shut down the garbage.
I'm going to say hammiest performance. I think we got to say Mark Hamill here. Mostly because his name is Hamill.
Yeah.
Second, also, I mean, Tachi Station Park Converters. Come on. He hammed that line in a big way.
I think we're trying to put it on, not put it on because it's so obvious.
Yeah,
put it on.
We got to put it on. And hey, please, if you out there have a suggestion for one of the nominees, please tell us. Because, like, we're having discussions and so on.
I spell his last name. Is it M-M-I-L?
Come on, man. What do you think this is here? Yeah. I-L-L.
Isn't it M-I-L-L?
It's, yeah.
There's one M,
No, there's
right?
only one M.
If you
Hamill. That's great.
Yeah.
That's how it should have been.
Cheesiest line.
Pizzaville cheesiest line.
If you look closely here, I could swear that Harrison Ford is like really close to groping Carrie Fisher when they get really close. Watch it carefully. It's coming up when it starts.
I also like never really paid attention much to this, but as I get older and I watch this movie, what's all that stuff floating in the water? It looks like metal.
Space junk.
But it's floating.
Yeah.
I'll take this one. Space junk.
Why is it floating? I guess just a lighter than water.
These materials are not of our world.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're not of our world. And maybe they are super light.
I mean, sure, they look like foam.
Yeah. They look like floating styrofoam. That has been painted black.
They look and act like Get into the cheese bread?
Yeah, I gotta get the cheese one
the
here. I don't know why we haven't been
Dianoga.
eating the cheese one since the beginning, but
Of course, our friend the Dianoga here.
Yeah, Dianoga. I always like this scene because it's like Luke has been through a lot of crap up to this point. Finally, he freaks out. He's had enough.
Getting
Too much. Too much.
Too much more. Yeah.
He's in a dumpster getting attacked by a monster and he
He
can't get out.
basically saw his parents as burnt skeletons. Like, that's an aunt and uncle, sure, but like
His legal guardian.
He raised this kid, you know. No, but it's the tentacle pulling him under the water that's too much.
They're not doing anything either.
Yeah.
I guess he's dead.
Well, that's it. I mean, I sort of searched the water.
I searched my immediate area.
Yeah.
Well, Chewbacca.
I didn't even go all the way to the bottom, but I guess, I don't know, I'm skimming the water. I guess he's gone.
Chewbacca could be a big help here. He could grab it and just tear it.
And they're just standing there, too, like the monster's not going to come after them next.
Yeah.
No, he's like, let him go, right?
Here we go. Hey, watch Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher here.
As a kid, this was a very frightening scene.
Yeah.
Just the idea that walls could close in on you. Just, what?
You didn't go in rooms for 2 years.
I stayed clear of rooms, man. And what is this thing he holds up here?
I'm gonna assume it's
Some sort of arm?
It's definitely a building material.
Bracing arm?
Some sort of foam thing?
I love that look at how flimsy it is, though. Like, you think that's not gonna work.
Right out. Of
course, classic.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper walks right into the door there. I think that's a drink on that.
Yeah.
Drink on any known.
Our stormtroopers were not good at walking around.
No, it's
very difficult costume to move in.
Even more complained about it a lot.
And apparently,
he was right to as well.
Oh, of course.
But they had the same problem on the Star Wars set that we had, which was the armor is so loud. When you move around in that armor, it's like so. A lot of the vocals when they're in the Death Star, when there's stormtroopers around, there's all ADR. It's all after they recorded it.
There's pizza sauce on this.
Is that pizza sauce?
It looks like it. Is that pen?
Someone spilled pizza on our letters.
Or blood. Could be blood. This is from Deep Thoughts. Guys, what's your... Oh, this is not about science fiction at all. Fantastic. Guys, what's your favorite guilty pleasure... #guilty pleasure band? Like ABBA, The Carpenters, Bryan Adams.
Well, I'm sorry, is Bryan Adams a guilty pleasure?
Nothing to be guilty about.
That's a cool question, actually.
Yeah.
I might say Aqua, who you might remember from the mid-90s.
Really?
Yeah, you like Aqua.
I love Lollipop Candy Man. There, he's groping her right there. See, look.
He grabs her butt.
See?
Yeah, he just grabbed her butt there. And now he's like,
just hips. Like, what's so...
Before that, though, he just went like, just a butt grab.
What other band?
Bill, you idiot! You don't even, like, it should just be in your circuit so you know to check that thing. The fact that he can forget, like, who would program that? Anakin Skywalker, apparently.
And, like, all this metal crushing in on your legs, like, come on. Yeah, dangerous.
Very dangerous. Although they managed to get on top of it.
Luke isn't, though.
That's true.
Luke's right in
Luke's
there.
not even trying.
Yeah.
Radio, hear me.
Where could he be?
Shut the mold down.
Guilty pleasure band.
Guilty pleasure band.
I think
it says
Aqua.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. I don't know. I'm pretty free going with that kind of stuff. You mentioned ABBA. Like,
I wouldn't say that's a guilty pleasure.
I'll listen to some
they still
ABBA.
have millions of records.
Fernando? Can you hear the drums, Fernando? Like, that's just a good song. And what's the one that they sang on the trip?
Knowing you.
If anyone out there knows Alan Partridge, Steve Coogan's character Alan Partridge, if you ever watch that show, he loves ABBA, and it'll just get you into ABBA.
He named his son Fernando.
That's right, he did, yeah. And his show was called Knowing Me, Knowing You.
I guess my kind of like guilty pleasure band is probably
Lando.
No, Green Day. I like Green Day a lot.
That's not
guilty.
It is. It's not cool to like Green Day now.
What?
No.
Well, I guess
these kids.
If you were like, I bought. What was that? They each put out a solo.
I don't feel cool at all. This is gonna be our next sync moment here. So the second
there it is.
Sing us up.
Bam. Great move, Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Obi-Wan, just very nimble. Nimble for an older gentleman.
Nimble for an older gentleman. He's got the Force on his
side. He was relishing the chance to get into it some action.
Do you see? Actually, this is so we know for a fact that we're watching the unaltered versions now because when it powered down, it said power tractor beam. In the subsequent re-edits and stuff like that, they changed it so that it's like the weird Imperial writing that isn't a real language.
Weird. We have 2 more donors. Thank you very much to Christoph Hayden.
And Craig.
Wickman.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Craig, Christoph, you're the real heroes.
Thank you. A genuine, heartfelt thank you. Walking carpet, one of my favorite jokes in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
No reward is worth this.
Okay.
It's so funny. Also, I mean, we haven't talked about how Star Wars, well, I guess it's more of an Empire thing we've always talked about, is the best film ever made.
Yeah.
And it transcends all genres.
It should have won every major award that year.
It's the best comedy of all time, it's the best romance, it's the best
soundtrack.
It's the best horror movie, it's the best film noir. It's the best of every genre.
Great mystery.
This is second, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is the second best comedy of all time for lines like that. Also, these two stormtroopers just talking about, like, whatever speeder they're going to get. Like,
can you do me a favor and answer this for me, please?
I would really like to. I'd really like to expand on that stormtrooper conversation of like speeders, which is like one of the cool things we actually get to do in Space Jam. We kind of have.
Almost sums up Space Jammers in a nutshell.
Yeah,
explaining things.
Yeah. I don't know, what are you gonna get? G4 7 for? Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about. I don't know. Why would I get one of those? Can't afford that. Am I a millionaire?
I like how Han kept his utility belt from the stormtroopers.
Yeah,
he does.
I never noticed that.
Luke does
Very
too,
sad. Yeah.
Okay, this part, of course, super altered, and I hate that they changed it. So they make that Han's chasing the stormtroopers, and then of course he gets to the thing, and they've turned around. And Lucas was like, "Oh, we should make it that he runs into a room and there's a million of them." No, it's so much better that just the storm. Why were the stormtroopers running away in the first place? There was like 6 of them. Han's chasing them, yelling. He's managed to scare them, and then they realize, like, wait a second, it's one guy chasing us. They just turn around, like. No need to make it a million stormtroopers standing in a room. Like, I hated that.
Guys, we have some dipping sauce news.
Okay!
Okay.
Lay it down. Let's get to it.
They give dipping sauce for breadsticks, but not just for pizza, unless you ask. At least here in Texas, that was from Dragon Iron.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Tony Cat says, no dipping sauce in Denmark, just loads of cheese, maybe a bit of tomato sauce for your calzones.
Okay, so it's a more calzone-based
marinara thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's not just for like you wouldn't put a garlic dipping sauce on a pizza.
Like, you understand, like, we dip, like, not everyone.
Can we get a big map of the world back here, and we'll just X out Denmark, and we'll X out Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Canadian dipping sauce was originally designed for your crust.
For your crust, of course.
But people have taken it a step further.
Obviously, it's so delicious that you
it's
just put it
so good
over
that now you're just taking full slice of pizza with full toppings, and you're just dipping them in, like,
roasted garlic cream.
Cheese sauce. And
pizza is now just an excuse to eat dipping sauce.
It really has here. It's really weird.
So if you guys ever travel to Canada, you come see us. We'll go out for some dipping sauce.
Yeah, we'll go out for some sauces. We just missed the first brother-sister kiss here.
Yep.
I mean, it is
for luck.
It is for luck. It's a peck on the cheek. Your sister could kiss you on the cheek.
You never kiss your sister for luck?
Come on. Yeah, of course you have.
Every time I need to have luck.
Every time I need to have luck, I seek out where my sister is, give her a peck on the cheek, say, for luck.
For luck. Anyways, I'm off to my job interview.
Anyways, I'm off.
I like this question. This is from O'Shure. What color lightsaber would you have if you were a Jedi/Sith? You can choose to not be a Jedi.
I'd be lying if I said I'd never thought about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
Mine would be either black or Toronto Maple Leaf blue.
Wow, that's interesting. I wonder how you do that.
I choose to believe that black is not really an option.
No, man, it depends on the crystal you use.
Yeah, but
I feel like black should be an
That's
option.
expanded universe stuff. Come on.
Yeah, so
what are the colors?
We are expanding the
blue,
universe
red,
right
and
now.
green, man.
Mace Windu.
Purple. Because Samuel Jackson wanted purple.
Yeah. Stupid. I would go like a really dark blue, like not Luke's Skywalker blue.
Dark
royal.
That's interesting. I like that. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people after the prequels came out talked a lot of crud about. I don't have any chains, so I can't pay the swear jar. But this fight scene looks so stupid compared to the Duel of the Fates scene.
Sure.
But what you gotta understand is Obi-Wan probably hasn't fought in 40 years. Vader, same thing.
Yeah. And also, I'm seeing some steam in this scene. So
yeah, at it.
I just saw some steam. Look at that steam back there. This is a steamy scene.
I bet you Alec Guinness hated doing this part.
Yeah. If you ever
so
read,
uncomfortable.
I used to work in a bookstore, and I remember when Alec Guinness's biography came out. I picked it up and read it, but I only read the parts where he talked about Star Wars. And let me tell you, he hated most of it, which is sad for Star Wars fans to find out that kind of stuff. But here's another 2 things about that. He called that Harrison Ford would be a movie star. He's just like, that guy's going to be a movie star. And he likes Mark Hamill. He's like, he's a young, brash man. I don't like anyone else on this movie except Mark Hamill.
I also learned about Alec Guinness is I'm reading this book by the guy who's in The Room, that the worst movie of all time.
Yeah.
And he talks about there's this whole thing about James Dean, like Tommy Wiseau was way into James Dean, and he brings up a thing that, and this actor who's in the movie got into James Dean too, and he says that a week before James Dean died, he was out to lunch with Alec Guinness, and Alec Guinness was like, "You're gonna kill yourself in that car," and he did.
Wow.
Alec Guinness knows everything.
Alec Guinness called.
He channels the Force.
Yeah, he used the Force to predict the death of James Dean.
Wow. Here's one last question from this piece of paper. Which is your most disappointing Star Wars movie? 1 to 3. Does not necessarily need to be the worst. Just the one that disappointed you the most.
I mean, this is silly. None of them have ever disappointed me. I don't know what do you mean?
I think they mean episodes 1 to 3. 1 to 3.
Oh, the prequels. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
I actually like that question in terms of talking about
I like
the prequels.
That. Yeah,
it's hard. And I'm sure a lot of people our age, or anyone who saw episode 1, will say the same thing. You saw it, and after you're like, did I like that? You were so just kind of, it was like a mind trip or something.
Which is why I maintain that episode 2 was the most disappointing one. Because then you were like, oh, this is just what
they've learned from their mistakes. We're going to go into a new thing.
Just setting up. It's just setting it all up. And then you see it, and you're like, oh, no, we're stuck.
I still maintain that, personally, I think episode 1 is the best of the prequels.
It's definitely not 2.
I don't like really any of them that much, but 2 was such a letdown. 2 had so much potential. It's called Attack of the Clones, which is terrible, but also I'm like, you know what? I actually supported that name because think about the name The Empire Strikes Back. That is not a smooth name of a movie. That is a clunky name that, like, of course it's iconic now, but at the time it's like, what are you naming their movie? That's not what you call a movie. Even Return of the Jedi is like a really kind of
we know he's coming back.
So Attack of the Clones is like brash, it's out there, and it's like really simple.
But like, it was
fine for me.
If it was The Matrix, and then the second Matrix was The Matrix, The Machines Strike Back, you'd be like, that's
so dumb.
Agent Smith Strikes Back.
So imagine he called it like Star Wars Revolutions. Like,
is that what you wanted?
It was keeping with the theme.
No,
it was just
I'm not saying the Matrix.
No, I know, but like that type of thing.
So too, I remember when we saw it, probably opening day, people started laughing, and it got to a point where people weren't saying like, shut up.
Yeah, no,
everyone knew it was bad.
Everyone was fine.
The love scenes where they're frolicking in the hay, the hate sand thing was just it's
just unfortunate. I spent half of that movie with my head in my hands, like, just like, what? Although I will admit this, like, I watched the what's the guy who made the whole video about burning it?
Yes, the dipping sauce chart.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. We'll update this throughout the night.
Texas, no dipping sauce. Denmark, no dipping sauce. Now, this is for pizza. We're talking about pizza, not if you get your breadsticks or your calzones or something.
Talking about crust or whole pie.
And we're not just talking about marinara, too. We're talking about, like, all...
Yeah. So what I wanted to say was, so I watched the next, what's it called? I want to give a shout out to them because they're so great. You know, Red Letter Media. Red Letter Media has these great videos where they just rip apart the prequels.
I watch those videos once per year.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're almost as good as, like, they're much better than watching the actual movies. That's
Beside that weird subplot of him killing a guy in his basement.
Yeah, that's terrible. They don't need that. I don't know why they do that. Anyways, but the part where he really rips apart the Yoda versus Dooku, and that whole fight. But when I was watching that in theaters, I have to admit, I was like stoked. I was into it.
Yeah.
I was like, it was like mob mentality or something.
You have to. You're
trying so hard. Like you're trying to grasp anything that you like, right? So Yoda brings out a lightsaber. You can't help but.
Like I know that that's wrong, and I know that the reasons why that's wrong, but it was still cool. Yeah. I got to admit, that is a guilty pleasure I have. Is Yoda fighting with a lightsaber. Yep. I won't disagree with anyone saying that it's bad, but hey, man, I still like it. It's cool.
If it was a band, it would also be your.
It would be ABBA.
Band. Yeah.
Yoda with a lightsaber is ABBA.
It's pretty much ABBA.
Or Ace of Base. That's another guilty pleasure I got.
Yeah, I like them. I had their tape.
Yeah, the first CD I ever bought was Ace of Base, The Sign.
Yeah.
First CD I ever bought was the self-titled Collective Soul album.
Oh, okay.
Mine was
Gel on it.
I love Gel.
Gerald.
That was a Jerky Boys soundtrack too. What is that? What do we got? More questions?
More questions. We got time.
I got trivia here too, and I guess we'll tackle some trivia maybe after the movie.
Yeah, we'll tackle some trivia in between.
By the way, we just had the amazing escape from the Death Star sequence.
Yeah, I wish I had watched that more. I love that.
Davin, bring up the dipping sauce board.
Whoa!
Okay, so we have
Pennsylvania, no dipping sauce.
Okay, Pennsylvania, more up here.
Yeah, there's no dipping sauce in Pennsylvania.
We'll get that fixed. We'll move Pennsylvania's accent there.
I'm pretty sure the pizza.
Okay, maybe that's another comment.
That's another one, yeah.
Okay,
Pennsylvania, no dipping sauce.
If you got one that says Atlanta, keep that.
I'm pretty sure the chain pizza place Papa John's includes dipping sauce.
I think you're right because we've had Papa John's when we were in LA.
This is the thing. I was in Mexico and we ordered Papa John's and asked them for dipping sauce, which they gave us. But it was a weird buttery. It wasn't
It's a thinner.
It was definitely a thinner sauce.
He says the pizza sucks though, so it doesn't matter.
Papa John's pizza.
Papa John's, whatever. Doesn't matter if you have dipping sauce. Your pizza stinks. Let's get. I hope there's more dipping sauce news in here. Oh, okay. No.
That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah. This is from YHC Tower. This is like his third question of the night.
Good, I love it.
Which out of these three directors do you think would make the best Star Wars movie? Okay. Also, before I preface this, no dipping sauce in Atlanta.
No dipping
sauce in Atlanta.
Mark it up on the board.
They dip their pizza in Coke.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
Coca-Cola. Yeah. Okay, so which one of these three directors would make the best Star Wars movie? Is it Christopher Nolan, Joss Whedon, or Kevin Smith?
I think you got to say Whedon,
it's got to be Whedon. I'll tell you this though. I heard, and I don't know.
It's not Kevin Smith.
It's not Kevin Smith.
He could probably write a good.
Could he?
I think he could.
I'm out on Kevin Smith.
You're out.
I'm
Totally
really
out
out
these days too.
I really liked him when I was growing up, but I'm out.
He's still doing it.
Clerks 2. Remember when we watched Clerks 2 and we were like,
Clerks 2 is literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I agree.
I've got an internet battle.
Christopher Nolan's interesting though. I feel like, Joss Whedon, no question, because the Avengers was just like one of the just amazing.
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Figured it out? Oh, great.
Yeah. It shouldn't have worked.
It shouldn't have worked.
Should not have worked.
No.
And it worked better than
everything I've seen about every other movie up to that date has told me that a movie like that should not work. Yet somehow it was like the best movie I saw that year.
Right.
You know, unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this over here? We got more dipping sauce news.
Yeah.
What's this?
Another one over here is not
South Holland.
South Holland.
In the south
of Holland.
There is no dipping.
If there's anyone from North Holland, if you can tell us if you guys have dipping sauce.
Are we doing that now? Are we separating the countries into North and South? You know what? Holland does not have dipping sauce for all we know. I know we can only specifically vouch for South Holland, but let's go all the way on this.
All right. Here's a cool combination though. What if Joss Whedon wrote the Star Wars movie, but Christopher Nolan directed?
That would be awesome.
I'd be into that. That'd be fine. I don't know.
There's the best of both worlds. That's my answer.
We've got a new donor. Anyone should read that out?
James Barron.
Barron. Uncle Barron. Uncle Barron and Aunt Baran.
My man JB, 896. Here's General Jan Dodana's big moment. He is the rebel strategist who came up with the attack on the Death Star.
So everyone not very happy that this is only 2 meters wide. That's not
people. But Luke is like,
what are you guys talking about?
Some dips there, Mike. But
what kind of dips do we have in there too? We should.
Let's go through the dips. These are
garlic is a staple.
Got a pizza here. Need some dip.
So we need some dip for that. So we got the one that we've been using, which is a garlic. This is probably the most common dipping sauce.
A creamy garlic.
Hellman's roasted garlic. Okay.
So then we've got a cheesy jalapeno,
of course,
which is usually the number 2 rank.
Yeah.
dipping sauce. Then we've got just a classic creamy ranch.
Oh.
Always a strong choice.
Right.
We got a blue cheese.
Okay.
I feel these are more wing sauces
Wing
that are doubling as dipping sauces, but that's fine.
Wing sauce and dipping sauce, really two sides of the same coin.
And then we got honey garlic.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, that's
honey garlic.
definitely of the wing world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like, this is a wing, that's a wing sauce. This is not for me.
Guys, I'm going jalapeno over
Yeah,
here.
cheesy jalapeno, that's my favorite. That's
Jalapeno's
Oliver.
great.
That's what I go with. Back in the Star Wars universe here, we
I've always thought it's funny that Luke. I mean, it's like comparing like Luke back home was flying crop dusters and now he's flying fighter jets.
Han Solo is also he's carrying like a lot of large containers
gear.
of money.
Yeah.
That's money, I guess.
Yeah.
That's his reward.
That's his reward for rescuing the princess that Luke promised him.
Yeah.
It was not sanctioned by the Rebel Alliance. Yet
But this
Alliance-
ragtag Rebel Alliance is just forking over all this money.
This is our budget for the next 2 years.
Imagine it was just like cooking supplies and spices and stuff.
They
Like,
can't be giving
I'm
this much
sorry,
money.
Han. This is all we have. Well, all right, Chewie, you get the bacon. I'll get all the bread. It's like a rasher of bacon.
Yeah, this thing full of socks.
Yeah, yeah, just staples of
Yeah,
living.
yeah.
They don't have much money in the old Rebel Alliance.
Luscious oranges from the planet of Yavin. Well, there's plenty of orange groves on this planet. Bunch of yourself.
Solo boy, you have not seen the orchids.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's gonna come back and save the day.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to the orchard and find all the apples and oranges. You have not seen our lush crops. We have as many beets as you need.
Such a verdant planet. It'd be terrible if it were to be blown up in some capacity.
You don't need to help us. You can take your root vegetables and go. Another kiss.
Kiss.
That was a luck kiss. That was a sister.
Another luck kiss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's a luck kiss in this.
That's right. Yeah. The thing is, though, like until Empire, Luke doesn't seem that interested in her.
That's true.
He seemed kind of interested in there. There's a glimmer in the eye. There's a
him
hope thing.
twice now, and he still looked very sullen after that one.
This is a new hope for romance.
When he sees her the first time, when he's a stormtrooper, he does the head cock. And he had the advantage of seeing through that thing. It's like wearing sunglasses. He could check her out fully without her noticing.
True.
We didn't see what he was looking at.
Did not. Yeah. Is there any like Terminator like vision in those things too? Like,
I'd like to hope so.
Have we ever seen that through the stormtrooper?
No, we haven't seen that.
I imagine
That
there's
would be
probably
interesting.
something, right?
I hope that the new movies tackle that.
Yeah.
What does it look
We
like?
know that
in
they
the
have
film?
they have the comlink in there. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, they should have some sort of Master Chief type.
Yeah, like a reticule, like a heads up display.
Yeah,
absolutely. Guy getting
Feels in.
getting the pipe out
Feels
there.
in. All right. Done.
X-wings.
X-Wing's probably my favorite Star Wars vehicle.
That was the.
They are definitely the coolest. Even though, like, I guess if you listen to people go like, well, these things like they don't actually fly or anything like realistically.
Yeah,
There's no realistic way for them to
Well, it always blew my mind
turn or anything.
that they're like, well, when you're in space, you don't need an aerodynamic shape at all.
We have an update on
We have an update on-
locations.
From the Middle East.
No pizza sauce in Israel.
No
No
pizza
pizza
sauce.
sauce. No
Wait, no
dipping
pizza sauce or no dipping sauce?
Dipping sauce.
No dipping sauce.
Also, no dipping sauce in the Herschels, which is up here. This one.
Herschels?
Herschels.
Is that an area of like Sweden or something?
Yes, very close. Just south of Sweden.
South? Is it a country?
It's an area.
Is it pronounced?
What country is it in?
Herschels.
Oh, Herschels.
I don't know. Herschels. It's there. It's like a region. It would be like a province.
In any case, there's no dipping
Well,
sauce.
in Herschels, they don't have dipping sauce.
Europe.
And that's all
Europe
that
not
matters.
looking good right now. I would feel like you're from Spain and France and the UK
The southern United States also. It looks
Africa,
like they're
Australia.
not producing.
and Brazil. I'd like to know if there's any in Brazil. Any dipping sauce.
I'm very interested in what Australia has to offer. In dipping sauce. Australia, New Zealand, of course. Timing probably not good for them right now. It's probably super early in the morning.
Australia has dipping sauce. They're good.
What?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, Melbourne, Australia has dipping sauce.
Let's get a big check mark on the board, baby.
Mark up on the board.
I go to the bathroom so bad.
Great. Go ahead. We're gonna sub you out. We got another guest here now. Stace.
Okay.
Come on over. Come on, join the show. As we're getting into the big, this is one of my favorite part of the movie. I love the tunnel run here.
Stacy,
we gotta go here.
Hello.
Welcome.
Stacy played the princess in episode 105.
Do you guys remember that?
Is it 6? 5 or 6?
Did I really?
General Bonobo.
Could you repeat your whole thing? You're just a little.
Are you like Carrie Fisher that you now know that for the rest of your life?
I know like enough.
General Bonobo, you and my father in the Clones
War.
Yeah, I remember messing that up a lot and you guys getting very upset.
It was supposed to be. Yeah, you can't say Clone Wars. You have to say the Clones War.
Which is just as an actor so easy to say.
Yeah.
Because look, I thought I would like be like a little feminine and I would add some femininity.
This is the cool this is
and I belted because I was wearing
nice
a dress.
accessory down here with the
What do you
belt.
guys think?
Yeah,
very nice.
It's a baggier shirt, right? So you got to belt it.
Yeah, and this lipstick. You would
My grandmother gave me a pin, and it's the new year and it's a new me.
do a pin on a T-shirt.
Guys, if you have any questions for Stacy, please send them in. She is the first female that we've had on the
Oh my
on
God,
the
ding
stream.
ding.
And has watched all the movies. We watched all the movies.
I have. Today, Brenda and I had to watch them all.
Yeah, spoiler alert, me and Stacy have, Stacy's my girlfriend.
Involved.
We're involved with each other.
Oh, should I not have said that?
No, that's super cool. No,
we
the past,
want to keep the illusion that Brendan is available.
I'm available, everyone.
Because that is registered so heavily with our fans.
Yeah. Yeah, whether or not, the forums are lighting up with, is he available?
Yeah.
Do you guys have forums?
Brendan single?
We have
Y
a
or
forum.
M?
We have a forum. It is lightly attended, but
Yeah.
it is active.
I
at
think it's
times.
great. I think it's great.
Do we have a forum?
There is like a forum
On the Geek and Sundry main page?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Check that out, everyone. By the way, if you have
If we could bring up the forum here at some point today too, I would really like to see the activity
Am
on
I in
it.
frame now?
Oh, you're in frame now. Okay.
Okay, great.
Do you guys want to sit next to each
No,
other? Is
no,
it weird right now for you?
No,
this is great.
This is perfect.
This is great.
So
Love your
Stace,
shirt.
Stace, I made you sit down and watch all of the Star Wars movies. We watched them all in a day, kind of like we're doing now.
We did.
What were your impressions? What were your thoughts? Because it was the first time you had seen them, and it was just like a year ago, right?
It was great. I didn't realize that there are constant changes made to the films, which you kept screaming about while we watched them.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of Hayden Christensen. I don't know how we stand on that as a team, but he appears at the end, which really ruined all three, I think, for me at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
When
you're
they all
watching like the
appear at the
DVD
end.
version?
Yeah.
We were watching my DVDs that were released in 2003 or whenever
Sure,
those came out.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. But what did you like? What did you take away from it?
I took away a couple of things. Number one, you never know who your relatives are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, classic, yeah.
I realized, sometimes those evil people have good intentions.
Okay.
Like Lando.
Yeah.
Sure.
And when you go into a swamp, you're always going to come out a changed man.
That is true.
That's
true
true
about life.
No one's going
you
into
need
a
a change
swamp.
in your life.
Yeah.
Just wander into a swamp.
But when
Spend some time there.
whenever in these films do they go into a swamp and nothing happens? When are they just ever in for an afternoon and then they go, oh, that was fun? No?
There are a lot of times in these movies where there's just an afternoon and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Which is
Not in a swamp.
Which is where
certainly not
in a swamp. Which is why we don't our show exists in the downtimes, right? But we can never set our show in a swamp because it's too much stuff going on.
Right.
Also, very expensive. Okay.
Cannot do it. This year we were like, hey, we're gonna have a hologram swamp, and they were like, are you nuts?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is the gold wing going in after the Death Star here.
We have two more donations. We have Lars Klassen and Jason Rope.
Jason Rope, the Rope Man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you very much, Lars.
What's the tally so far?
We're over 56, right?
56K
Holy
motor
macaroni.
We're gonna get a new update here. We're gonna get a new tally. We're up there. We're going for 60. We're gunning for 60. We might be able to do it.
You know what? I think together we can do anything, and that's real.
Hey, together we can do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was a
How you guys feeling so far? How's it going?
good.
Feeling good,
right.
yeah. I'm feeling loose. We had some pizza from Pizzaville. We've been drinking some steam whistles
Did you
from
get some
Steam
cheesy
Whistle
breads as
Brewery.
well?
Yeah, do you want any of this?
Oh yeah, I'd love some. Yeah.
Jump in.
Any of the dipping sauces that you
We're
want?
currently at 36,657.
We are approaching 57. We're close. We're getting there. We're over the hump.
We're over the hump, and thank you guys so much for getting us there and making it happen. Cheesy dipping sauce back now.
Please, if you want.
Thanks
No
to
problem.
Mike Fly.
Thank you, Mike Fly. If you guys don't know, follow Mike Fly. He's a great guy. Gave me some. He told
Follow
me.
him, just in like the city. If you ever see him around, follow him. He goes to interesting places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great body.
Great body.
Just
Great
like,
body.
Just like.
Just watch him
fatty.
from behind as he walks.
Yeah. Oh God, I do that
He's
on
got
the daily.
that shimmy. He's got that.
He's got a little butt
He's got
shimmy.
that swagger.
He's got that chewing gum walk. There, you ring.
Classic.
So, what dipping sauce would you guys recommend?
Probably garlic. I mean, let's get real,
I'm
right?
gonna say cheese. I'm gonna say. Well, yeah. You know what? You got cheese on there already. It's a cheesy bread. Go with the garlic.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what I
blue
feel
cheese,
like?
you don't want to load up too much on cheese.
The blue cheese is probably for wings, anyways. Really.
I love a good blue cheese dip.
Like, here's my thing. Did Hellman's make these just for Canada then, and maybe even just Southern Ontario?
Perhaps.
Like, have you guys been to Vancouver? Like, do they have dipping sauce in Vancouver? Yeah, Mike's saying yes.
They do.
Mike's a well-traveled man.
Do they have Hellman's dipping sauce in Vancouver?
That he does not know.
This is weird because this is contracted out. This is a contracted
for
out.
sure.
dipping
This is
sauce.
outsourced.
Because like Pizza and Pizza Nova, they have their own brand of dip sauce.
Don't eat that pizza. That pizza's garbage.
That pizza is garbage.
Stick to
the only
Pizzaville.
pizza in the world is Pizzaville.
Pizzaville is where you need to be.
Yeah.
If you're in the Southern Ontario region, you're in the GTA, you gotta hit Pizzaville.
Stacey, now we're seeing shots of Princess Leia here, who has
Yes.
the bun hair. You
Yes.
had the bun
I
hair.
had the buns.
You had the
guys.
buns,
Not
yeah.
your actual hair, was it?
Oh yeah, no.
A lady never tells. No, in fact, they weren't. You guys had a great makeup and hair team.
Right.
They just
They matched your hair color,
they
right?
matched it.
Monique Walmsley
Monique
and
Walmsley.
Andrew Brown, yeah.
And she put those cinnamon buns on the side of my head. You couldn't even tell.
That is where we got the name Walmsley from for the Deck Crew, if anyone's wondering.
You named it after her.
Named after Monique, our hair and makeup.
We named a lot of characters in the show after actual people.
Yeah, that's right.
A trend that we will be continuing to do, because if you look at our Kickstarter, one of the perks is that we will name a character after you.
That's right.
So,
and we, like, as writers on the show, we have to find the right place to name people, and I think you're all going to be very pleasantly surprised if you have that perk to see where your name comes up. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have some interesting ways to throw them in. It won't just be like, hey, hey, Lars Klassen, get over here, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, it'll be a little more like cooler. You'll have like something that'll be like, I'm a cool thing in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. That cool thing is me.
Yeah, we're putting extra special care into doing that. So, so check out that perk if you're interested in that. This is from O'Shurer. Another question from him. What would be your dream addition? What would your dream addition to Space Janitors be, assuming no budget limits, besides the Jar Jar punching bag?
Well, I think the answer would be me.
Yeah, if you can afford Stacey McGonigal, we can have her.
If somehow there was money to have it.
What about like a Benedict Cumberbatch?
I think that you're hitting the nail on the head here in that it would be an addition of an actor.
It would be an addition of like a guest star. Like
Yeah,
we want someone who would be like a huge cameo, right?
Yeah.
And we've looked into it,
Like
and yes, the budget is a concern.
Yeah, it's
tough, very tough.
And think about it. It's tough to get a person who is, just has a well-established career and they're at this level of their career and going like, hey, you want to do something that's like kind of new, like we're like on the web series is pretty new, right?
Here's the pitch. It's like, all right, hey, I know you live in Los Angeles, but how would you like to fly to Toronto in February to do a web series? And then it's like people are like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, I might just stay here and make the same amount of money, doing.
But who would
my
your
normal
choices
job.
be?
Oh, choices? Oh my gosh.
Well, we've always talked about Edward James Olmos.
Edward James Olmos and Michael
Hogan.
We've always wanted them to play older janitors.
Yeah.
So they would be like Mike and Darby in the future.
Yeah, is just
That's every season we've talked about how amazing it would be. Even if we could pan over to one shot of just like, we don't want to end up like those guys, right? We pan over to Edward James Olmos and Michael Hogan. Thank you very much to Mikkel Enghard Hansen. You are number 859.
That's crazy.
Mikkel, thank you so much.
All right, so
R2!
R2's been blown up.
This is so sad.
This is intense. This is the most intense part of A New Hope, of course. Fire when ready. Here we go.
Yeah.
Load it up. Start it up. Why didn't they have the process ready to go?
Yeah.
Is my thing.
Push those buttons before.
Get those buttons. Heat that laser up before.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember being really scared of like Darth Vader, and then I saw Rick Moranis do it in Spaceballs, and he just looks so darn cute.
Beers.
Oh.
Your lady would like one. And yeah, here we go. Blow this thing and go home. Can you believe that we're here already?
The Death Star is going to explode here. Figure out.
Guys, Glenn's back.
Glenn's back.
You start a hashtag, Glenn's back.
Do it. Our friend Julia Hepburn once said that the sound that
That's not a bad explosion.
the Death Star makes, where it goes.
But look, now it looks a little hollow. You know what I mean? It just doesn't look like that.
I think it's fine.
Yes.
Well, we got to address the movie sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was interested. The sound effect where it goes. Our friend Julia once said that's her favorite sound effect of all time.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I really like that too,
It
actually.
is a good sound effect.
Yeah.
One of the best. So yeah, if we could add someone like budgetary-wise for Space Janitors, we would add Michael Hogan, Edward James Olmos. Michelle Forbes has come up a lot.
We're talking about Michelle Forbes, of course, who played Lieutenant Ensign Ro Laren in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Oh, also, sorry. There's a little moment there where when Luke gets off the X-wing, he hugs Leia, and a lot of people think that he says Carrie there. You guys listening?
Yeah,
What?
listen.
Is this not interesting enough for you?
No.
Listen, please, to Andy's story.
A lot of people think he gets off the thing and says Carrie there. But I was like, no way. So I watched it, and like, watch it close. He doesn't say it. He says, hey. He says, hey! Yeah.
Harry!
He doesn't say it. He might say Harry.
He might say Harry.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
the
have
lush orange groves of the Abbott.
Oh, yeah.
We have another question from one of our donors, actually, Michael Askew. Question: in contrast to the Obi-Wan Vader lightsaber fight, what are some of the best sci-fi fight scenes?
Ooh, good one.
I'll tell you what one of the worst ones is.
Okay.
Right off the top of my head, I recently, for the first time ever, watched The Highlander, and the fight the fight at the end of The Highlander is so stupid. It's terrible. It's so slow and like, I mean, this is slow, but it's Star Wars and it's lightsabers. They're slow and it's like
It's cool. It was never
swords.
seen before.
Sucks.
Something of this magnitude has never been seen before when this movie came out.
Yeah, and I guess I sort of liked The Highlander, but anyways, I'll have to pass on this for now.
Do you guys feel like the sexual tension between brother and sister ever fades? Like, do you think if you're like, ooh, that chick's a babe, I like her butt, and then she goes, wait on your sister, you still think she's sexy?
You think that would happen?
No.
If tomorrow you found out Brendan was your brother, you'd still be attracted to him?
I think, the way...
Sorry to make this weird, but
damage done, right?
Yeah.
Damage is done, but I don't think the feelings ever really leave. I mean, I think you convince yourself they're gone, but I think they're still there.
I'm kind of with you, Stacey.
I don't know if I think you would objectively say like, yes, that person is attractive, but that is my brother or sister.
Yes, but now, what a fool I have been. I must have meant
I don't know.
Is this yours?
Mm-hmm.
That's Brendan's.
This is me right here.
Hit me with a freshie there. This steam whistle brew goes down like ice cold water.
So any other sci-fi fight scenes? They're written and directed by George Lucas. Cheers.
Produced by Gary Kurtz. Cheers.
I'm really proud of you guys.
Well, that was A New Hope. That went by a little faster than I thought it would. That was really like, but in a good way. Like that was fun.
You know what? I give it 10 out of 10.
One of the greatest films ever produced. No question about it.
For sci-fi fight scenes too, anything in Battlestar Galactica was great.
Yeah.
The space battles were awesome in that show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll
For a
say.
television show.
I know one, man. Aliens. Ripley in the loader against the
loader,
Queen.
yeah.
Oh, now that's a fight scene.
We talked about a loader for season 3.
Yeah, we did briefly.
We did briefly.
Very briefly because
nixed.
Of course.
Yes. Because no, you can't do it.
We can't have that.
You can't have that. It costs way too much.
There's guys who have like
Robots?
made their own versions of that costume. You know what we're talking about, right?
Really?
The, like the big, you know. And we were like, okay, like maybe we can like make one or something, like out of cardboard. But
Yeah.
no, of course not. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That's way
What
too
about like
much.
a paper mache sort of situation?
I feel like that's worse than cardboard. Right? I feel like it's a little clumsier than cardboard, maybe. I don't know. At any rate, I feel like it's a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Javin's coming in for a
I'm
sec.
coming out,
Stace, you're tagging out.
taking out,
Also, like,
taking this.
we got a whole couch over here. Is there any way we can get?
The camera angle.
Can I go out enough? No. No. Okay. Oh God.
So you came in to do that?
No.
Stacy, get back in here.
This is what we're gonna do. As the credits roll, this feed is actually gonna end. You can just continue streaming, but you have to stop if you want it to record to keep it. So we're gonna stop. Then what we're gonna do is start up a new feed in about 1 minute. So you don't have to go too far. There won't be any standby. But we'll just do a little bit of cleaning here. So the next movie will start pressing play in about. It is
10 o'clock Eastern time.
10:15 is when we're pressing play on Empire Strikes Back, but don't go too far because we'll have a new feed for you in about 5 minutes.
New feed, 5 minutes. See you then.
5 minutes. Come on back.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations.